Greetings, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to another night of Grim All Night.
I'm getting used to it. I don't have that down yet.
Oh gosh. Basically, hello
I feel
everybody.
like I mess it up every time.
Oh gosh.
Like I'm prepared, but I'm not prepared. Hi.
Hello everyone, including M's cat, who
Hi,
has a
Emmy's
very
cat.
heavy hand. Oh my gosh. Let's let everybody start to come in and all that jazz.
Yeah, I actually
And-
have an ad running already. Fine. Alright. Cool.
Hopefully everybody's doing okay. It is Saturday night, 11:30, which means we are here and so are you, which is awesome. Why, I don't know, but it's awesome.
We all know why.
Oh man, a lot of times we play really, really bad horror films. Well, I think they're good. Jessica's kind of up in the air about it, but Dawn of the Dead, which is what we're watching tonight, is a great movie.
It is a great movie.
Absolutely great. George Romero, Tom Savini, all kinds of great stuff in it. You guys are going to love it. If you haven't seen the movie, you're going to have a blast with it. If this is your very first time,
There is. A few people have already said that this is their first time watching this movie. They haven't seen it.
you're in for a treat.
Ah, Pizza the Hut. Nice.
Basically, Grim Up All Night is
All Night, you gotta do it high.
Oh, I'm sorry. Grim All Night.
Yeah.
If you were alive enough or cool enough back in the 80s.
Alive enough?
Yeah, alive enough. Oh,
Like, born?
enough. Hold on. I just realized that our microphone was not on. If you are cool enough to remember USA's Up All Night with Gilbert Gottfried or Rhonda Shear, you know exactly what we
Or
are
at least
referencing.
if you're enough of an insomniac, because for me, I grew up in the Midwest. You hear us talk about this all the time. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. He's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And for me, it didn't come on until like 3 a.m.
So
For you, I think it was like a more average time.
yeah, they played a lot of weird kind of movies. Some of them were kind of soft core, not
Yeah.
pornish, but they're
Slightly skinematic.
Occasionally, they would flash something across the screen, like a girl's locker room, and there would be the blurred out boobs on
Oh,
TV. Do you remember
yeah.
that? It was like, oh my gosh, I just saw a blurred
Yeah.
blurb.
Blurb.
So basically, we are not like USA Up All Night, but we are like USA Up All Night because we were fans of that. But this is USA
Cool.
Grim Up All Night.
Eric is watching it on VHS with us tonight.
Sweet bejeezy. Wait, I think I saw you on
Yeah.
Twitter.
Don't press go yet. We're
Yeah.
We're going live with it on at midnight.
Do not watch the movie yet. We're gonna
mean, you
talk
can.
about it. I mean, you can. If
You don't
want.
have to be synced up with us. That's okay. You don't have to watch it minute for minute as we watch it. Go at your leisure. You know.
So we have it set up like this because there's people from all over the world. It's a watch party. Feel free to watch the movie on your own or with us. The link to the movie is in the description below, as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Tonight we are
Which is
watching.
still below for us.
Well, it's it's somewhere.
Well, it depends on how you're watching it. Because for me, it's right there.
Fair enough.
Huh.
We are watching the theatrical release, not the Argento version or the extended or anything crazy like that. For the only one reason why we're doing the theatrical release is because we're able to watch it in 1080p or 4K if your TV
Supports 4K.
supports it.
Yeah, you have to have a 4K TV, but
So we
I
went with
didn't
quality
know
over it.
until you were telling me about which version we were watching tonight, because that's the best quality that you could find. I didn't even know that there were so many versions released. It's like Blade Runner. There's 8 million different versions that was released, and it's which one is the? I mean, they're all kind of official, but then some of them change the storyline a little bit, and it's which one
Well,
is preferred or?
it kind of went like this. Before I talk about that, so the movie, we have it set up where you can watch us on your cell phone and the movie on the TV, or vice versa.
Or have a couple of windows open on the computer.
You have to have at least 2 windows open in YouTube. You can watch the movie and totally disregard us, or you can watch both or hang out with us. It's up to you. At midnight, we're going to have a countdown. We're going to watch the movie and have fun. Not ever
Alright,
seen
have
live
fun.
chat on TV. So it's a little backwards how we do it.
Yeah.
Who here is this the first Grim Up All Night? Who's the first time Grim Up All Night virgin? Who is new here? Hello, everyone. Hello. It's like the weird roll call. I don't know why we do it.
Roll call.
First time watching the movie and the second watch party. Excellent. Nail Bunny Girl, thank you for joining. Bree Stone, very first time. See the chat on the TV. Me, Jordan, Mike, first time. It's my first. Scott, it is not your first. All right, everybody. There's a gentleman. There's a guy in our chat named Scott. He's a troublemaker in a fun kind of way. Oh, which leads me to some pieces of...
Didn't we come up with a nickname for him today and I totally forgot? Oh, it was mine. I came up with a nickname for Scott today.
Yeah, Scott, you have a new nickname.
I'm going to call him Loki.
Loki.
Yeah.
Why are you going to call Scott Loki?
He's a god of mischief.
Exactly. We're talking, Scott, and we think that you are a very mischievous being.
But
Not in a bad way.
like in a...
We're like, what is he up to? Just saying.
Or like, is he drinking?
All right. So.
Or is he in his car? Are you at home today? Where are you at? It's so funny. I'm talking to him, but I'm looking at your monitor, trying to talk. I don't know. I had the same
Sitting
thing.
in a hotel with beer.
Okay, well that's better.
All right, Scott.
Yeah.
At least you're like safe. You're not in a car. Yeah. In a car. I feel like I got a lot of ground to cover.
Like I feel like I'm always concerned about his environment.
Right?
Yeah.
At some point, we're gonna like take our laptop and just walk up to your window and be like, "Hey, Scott, you're a special guest on tonight." And you're like, "How did you know where I'm at?" We're like, "We have no clue. The aliens told us." Okay.
Aliens are nice.
I got a couple things to talk about before the movie starts at midnight. So don't watch the movie. I know I'm all over the place. That's the joys of
We
this.
got like a good 20 minutes.
We're crazy. Okay. Big news.
What's
For the first time since COVID-19, we filmed 2 new episodes.
What?
Not watch parties, but actual Grim Life episodes. The very first one...
Was I there?
Yes, you were there. The very first one is coming tomorrow night at 7 p.m.
Yay.
So look for it. If you subscribe to the Grim Life Collective, which I'm hoping most of, if not all of you are, you should get a notification. Make sure the notification goes off.
Yep.
Hit the bell. You know how people say things. And then I'm currently editing the second one, which I was thinking about this earlier. Scott, if you're listening, you're going to really, really, really love the second episode. It's right up your alley.
Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah, we were there. I'm having a blast editing it. I'm doing all kinds of weird things to it, and
I know.
it's
Actual
cool.
Grim episodes. I know. Crazy.
So, and a lot more is coming. We have a whole bunch of stuff happening, and of course we're being safe, keeping distances, being smart.
Getting
and
stared at while we wear a mask and nobody else does.
Yeah. There's a lot of people out there that don't wear masks.
There's so many times when we've stopped by, what are they called? The Love's gas station?
Yeah, Love's gas station on the
road.
road.
And it's always Love's gas stations where they are super busy and not a single person aside from the staff is wearing a mask. And you know what? Do you, but I am immunocompromised. I have a bad thyroid. I have underproduced thyroid, so I have to wear a mask or I could get very sick in case somebody else is the carrier. So it's like, whenever I start walking around with my mask on, and you know, the hair helps, I'm sure, with the stares, because people are like, who is this green-haired idiot? Or alien, or whatever randomness they've also... Like, people whisper the strangest things under their breath. Anyway, we get stared at a lot, and sometimes I don't know if it's because of my mask or my hair nowadays.
Alright, so... more things to talk about before the movie starts. I know it's kind of weird stuff like that. Scott just brought up a point. Remember, peeps, if you guys feel so inclined... All right, first and foremost, if you are watching the show tonight or any of our videos or subscribe to our channel, that means the world to us. It helps in more ways than you realize. All of our videos are free. You're watching them. You're enjoying them. And just you doing that helps keep our videos moving and us moving forward. If you are so inclined to want to own a t-shirt, a print, a sticker,
Oh.
or want to donate and become a part of our Patreon postcard club or donate via PayPal, links are below in the description.
For like the second time, I forgot to put my jewelry up on the website. I keep telling you guys I'm going to do it. I get a lot of questions about it, and I have so much going on that it's the one thing that keeps slipping my mind.
We have new stickers coming. We have Jessica's jewelry that she's been making and hoarding from the world. The world has not seen it.
I know.
We've been sitting on this stuff. She's like, I'm going to make it, and someday I'm going to sell it because it's beautiful. And I'm like, yes, it is. She's like, but nobody's going to like it. They're all going to laugh at me. So
it's a serious thing. It is like, I don't know if it's part of my, the disorders that I have, but those are like genuine thoughts that go through my mind before I've gotten so close to releasing this stuff, and at the last minute I constantly stop and go, no, it's not going to be well received. And it's like, if I like it, it's fine.
But see, what worst case scenario?
It has to be like the best quality that I can put out. I won't not accept anything less. And so I'm only like one per. It's not like mass produced. Like you can't like get duplicates. If you buy something and want to buy the same thing for a friend, sorry, you can't do it because I want to make one.
Worst case scenario, nobody likes your jewelry. You know what that means, though?
You suck.
You did something.
Oh,
you
I
put
suck.
yourself up there.
Well, that's true.
And you were creative. That's all that matters. Star Trek
loves balls.
That's darn right. But above all, we love you guys. Hopefully you guys are safe. Hopefully you guys are staying sane. And the people around you are being the same. Respect yourself, respect others. And I'm starting to sound like a weird poster on a school guidance office. So I'm going to cut that out. I do want to tell you guys this. I touched on this a little bit in the past.
My hair is glow in the dark. Yes, it is.
Famous directors like Alfred Hitchcock and even Stephen King and M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong, when they make a movie, a lot of times they put themselves in the movie, like a cameo. Or Martin Scorsese and David Lynch, they love putting colors in their movies, right? Same thing with us.
Oh, thank you, Franco.
Oh, thank you, Franco. I was going to say, my favorite what? My favorite movie ever? Darn tootin'. If you watch our videos, you may not have realized this. Usually whenever I post a video, I give a little clue as to what it is. It's like a little riddle. It's very simple, but it's fun.
It's
for
like
me.
if Rumpelstiltskin was giving you a riddle, though.
Yeah.
It's not really meant to be solved. It's really out there and might not even have a very close tie to the movie, but it's something that clicks for him in association.
It's a joke in my own head, and I
Sometimes
share
I
it.
have to have him pull it, though, because he'll start to say something, and I'm like, no one's going to get that. I'm like, I don't even get that. And I'm married to you. So,
Well, what I'm getting at...
I know. At least you get it.
Is in every one of the videos, if you watch them,
it's fun.
There are clues and hints and Easter eggs that I put in them purposely. Usually it's like a joke inside myself. Like the Riddler, David Patrick, the Riddler from Batman Forever.
Yeah.
If you watch the video that's coming out tomorrow at 7 p.m., there's a clue inside that video that, if you figure it out, should tell you something big that's happening in the next couple months.
Wait, which video?
The video that's coming out tomorrow.
I wasn't listening.
It's something I did in the morning, and I was like, I'm going to do this. It was a very conscious decision, and if you pay attention to the video, there's something in it,
I think,
throughout the entire video that if you catch it and you put two and two together, you're going to figure it out. And
I wasn't there for this.
you might not get, but if you're part of the Patreon club and you got the Patreon postcard that came out this month, on the back of it, you should always read your postcards. On the back of the postcards, there's always something written. Like, we handwrite something, but there's always something printed. On the back of this one, there's also another riddle. It's like, Yeah. Drink your Ovaltine.
You kind of do look like the Riddler a little bit.
Just
Not
saying.
the Jim Carrey one.
Yeah.
No.
So, Amy.
Even though people do say that a lot.
Yeah, Clownzilla. We are huge, huge fans. So, I know I'm going off on a rant, but just if you watch the videos and you're on the, especially if you watch the videos, you get a clue. You're a Patreon member, you get another clue. And they come together. But this month is a very big one. Tomorrow's a big riddle. Just saying. Okay.
Are we? Oh no. I lost my clock for a second.
It's alright.
I was like, where's my... I'm so used to seeing the countdown for when we go live because there is like a big countdown on the front face that like after we start going live and I'm waiting like for midnight to roll around, I keep expecting to see another countdown. So I'm always like, wait, where did my countdown go? Did we miss it? And I'm like, oh dang, we've been chatting. And I'm like, no, I just have to watch the clock.
Keeping an eye on it. I'm keeping an eye on it.
Sometimes I don't know where I am, guys.
So you were asking, and somebody again asked, which version are we watching? We're watching the theatrical cut because it's the best quality that we had. Now the reason why there's so many different versions.
Is that like a lost footage thing?
Well, no. Well, see, at the time that Dawn of the Dead came out, George Romero was friends with Dario Argento, and basically, I'm sure there's a lot more to this, but the gist of it was, think of it like this: the movie was done, and probably for some sort of like international reasons, George Romero was like, "Hey, here's the movie, my friend Dario Argento. Edit as you see fit." So it has a completely
it
has a completely different soundtrack than the one here in the United States
that.
and some other different scenes. So all that jazz. And there's a lot more to it than that, but
Like they did that with
Legend.
I mean different reasons. They did that with Legend. It is a completely different soundtrack. It is cut completely different. And I want to say that the British release is quite a bit longer. Because basically, they don't really have any deleted scenes. So all the scenes that they have in theirs is what would be considered the deleted scenes here in America. And while as I love them both,
Sergio Leone.
I think I like the American release better only because of a certain part of the soundtrack. Like a small blip of the soundtrack. It's like, I gotta have that. Gotta have it. Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all. Oh, thank you, Franco.
Franco. I watched it last October in the theater. 3D, awesome.
That's cool.
Heard that they're coming out with a 3D Blu-ray 4K version of Dawn of the Dead, and I really want to get it. I follow them on social media, the people who are doing the transfer and all that jazz, and I don't think it has come out yet to buy, or if it did, it's like really expensive.
They're saying that it's Jason Voorhees' birthday right now.
Oh, well, darn Kapuki.
Hi, Brazil.
AJ Mason, well, thank you very much, and hopefully you enjoy it. Ouija Ninja, well, hello, and thank you so much. Thank you.
Is that like dodging the planchette?
We have 9 minutes before the movie
that was
starts.
Totally my fault. I set the dog off.
Okay, so we're a horror-based channel. You guys love horror. 99% of you have probably seen this movie. Who is the select few that has not seen Dawn of the Dead in any way, shape, or form?
I've seen this one.
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
Admit it.
I get them confused
Admit it now. M, first time. The classically deceased. Okay. Nail Bunny Girl. What are you drinking, Michael? Tonight, it's White Monster. I know. I forgot to stop and get hard apple cider. I forgot. I haven't seen this Dawn of the Dead. I haven't seen this movie ever. Cool freaking beans. Easily 100 times. Franco, man, I haven't. Cool. All right. I love that you guys haven't seen this movie. Usually we pick I try to find movies that you either remember from whenever you're a kid and completely forgot, or movies you haven't seen. This one, we had so many requests for Dawn of the Dead that we just had to make it happen. And I'm going to give you a little hint about tomorrow. It kind of has something to do with tonight. Tomorrow's video is connected to tonight's watch party.
The thing I love about
Just so you know.
sharing videos is that what is often a classic to you is not a classic to somebody else. So, like, there's a whole bunch of film that I missed because I was never shown it as a kid or even heard a name until I was like a lot older. I didn't. I was just talking about this the other day, and don't hate me, but I think I mentioned it on one of our videos that I didn't see Jaws from start to finish until about 2 weeks ago. Because all my life I've been seeing a whole bunch of clips everywhere. And I could have sworn, because I'd seen
Mr.
so many
Matt
scenes
Jordan.
from it, that I had
Thank you.
seen the movie. Until we started talking about it one day, and he asked me if I'd seen a particular version. And I tried to remember the movie outside of these clips that I've always seen shared everywhere. And I couldn't remember any of it. And I was like, you know what? I don't think I've ever seen this. I don't think I've ever sat down and watched the movie in its entirety. So I just watched Jaws for the first time 2 weeks ago.
And as a special added bonus to this, especially if this is your first time here or you just started following us, the type of videos that we do, last summer we were in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we visited the filming locations to Dawn of the Dead. So after the video, depending on how tired we are, we might do an encore and just play you that as well if you stay tuned. But if you go onto our channel and just watch, type in Dawn of the Dead Grim Life Collective, you'll check it out, as well as our Tom Savini video, who did the special effects for this and shot entirely in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, with what we like to call the Romero crew.
You know, I actually really loved
Ruby.
Jaws.
Thank you.
And it
I
turned
love you
out
as
to
well.
not even be what I was expecting from the film, because there's always, the famous scenes that you see and people talk about the movie, and it wasn't even the movie that I was expecting. I think it was actually a lot better than what I was expecting, which is always a nice surprise. And I loved it. I would watch it all the time. I was quite pleasantly surprised. I thought it was going to be like, oh, I've probably seen most of this, or whatever. And it ended up being really. I got to watch something that was very nostalgic for the first time, and it still felt nostalgic. Does that make sense?
It does.
It was cool. I liked it. I really liked it, and it's become a classic for me too.
2 in 1. Thank you for loving the channel.
Thank you so much.
Tonight is going to be awesome. Tomorrow, new video starts out. New video after the COVID-19 happens tomorrow night at 7 p.m. sharp. Make sure you have your notifications turned on for that. I didn't say this earlier. Thank you guys. Everything just started coming out once. Eric, Paul, Tubin1. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Ruby.
Matt.
I didn't say this at the very beginning, but if you're already watching the movie, so be it. Try to hold off, because at midnight we're all going to watch it together. The link to the movie is in the description to this video, as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I just like saying,
Oh,
holy Scott.
My sweet pumpkin Loki.
You know, as much as Scott hates
Star Trek,
I find myself, I couldn't say it. I almost threw up in my mouth. Star Trek. I kind of want to say, Great Scott.
Great Scott.
But Scott, wow. No, you're good, man. You're good. You guys are awesome. We love every single one of you guys for even helping out like this.
Oh, that was so lame.
Everything that is contributed, whether you buy a sticker or whatever.
You didn't see what I did.
No.
I made a heart, but it was like, oh, I'm doing it. Watch, ready?
Yeah, that's it.
I was like,
Stream's over. We're done. No.
oh.
It all goes towards everything.
It does. Thank you
making
so much.
videos.
We love you guys.
Project
We love that you
666.
come and hang out with us.
Movie droppings. 666.
Movie dropping. Is that like the candied and the stuff that's left on the movie floor after you go watch a movie?
I eat it. I'm kidding. I do not. I'm not going anywhere near your nasty floor popcorn.
Why is it my floor popcorn? I don't eat popcorn on the floor.
Last time we did a watch video, you threw popcorn at them, and I found it the next day.
Yeah.
After you said you'd pick it up.
I forgot.
And you, of course you did. So it's your nasty floor popcorn. Yeah.
I never do it in a theater.
Lies.
I may do it at home as a joke because it's in my own home, but I have never trashed a theater.
She is my bad booty girl. Thank you. We are working on getting 2 new stickers ready. One that says "Bad Booty," and the other one I'm so dead set on making it little ghost bees and calling them Boo Bees. I just think that's going to be awesome because every movie we watch has boo bees in it.
No, I know, I get it. It's just the imagery. I don't know how well that would turn out. That's all.
It's going to be weird. That's
Hi,
what makes it
Australia.
awesome. Australia, getting
Dude, it's late over there.
get 'em
Early.
a body
Technically,
bag.
yeah.
What are you going to put in the body bag? We're like Jack and Sally.
There's
That's what she said.
the sticker, that never comes off when you buy your Tupperware, and as many times as you wash it, it still never comes off. So I'm like sitting here picking at it in case you're wondering what that noise is. I need to leave it alone.
Right? A manster. Boo bees. Like little bees, little bumblebees with little ghost costumes on it. So it's like little boo
I dropped my popcorn.
bees. Seabase Adam, earlier I saw it, he said not many people in Florida are wearing face masks. And you know what? You are right. And it is kind of disturbing.
There's a lot that aren't. Yeah.
When we're out in public, we're covered. And we even wear gloves. And we change the gloves.
I did not notice that, Thomas.
So
That's a really good movie trivia.
so during Christmas, yes, I do remember
know
that.
that.
And it was absolutely freezing when they did it.
That's the thing that sucks about stuff like that is like you could be filming a summer scene, but it's actually winter, and so you have to wear like summer clothing in winter. I'd be like, you know what? I quit. Right then and there, I'd be like, I quit. No. Or like when they were doing behind the scenes for one of the first X-Men, and Rebecca I don't know how to say her name. Rebecca Romaine, whatever.
Romaine lettuce.
Yes. She was playing Mystique, and she was, the blue body paint and everything. They're filming somewhere, and it was winter, and she was basically wearing nothing. So in between takes, they would throw like those fluffy jackets onto her, and like 5 people would run up to her with hair dryers on to try to warm her up in between shots so she wouldn't get hypothermia. I'd be like, you know what? You ain't paying me enough for this. I didn't sign on for this. What are you doing?
I'm rubbing my
You're rubbing? No.
it's fruit snacks in 2 balls, and then I'm mushing them and making them very soft so I can eat them because I don't like hard food. Hard food freaks me out. Scott said it best. He loves that all the subscribers on this channel are like family. And we've noticed this especially when we do a live video, everybody knows everybody. Everybody's saying hello. If this is your first time here, don't be shy. Say something, hang out. We love hanging out with you guys. Rubbing 2 balls. AJ Mason, you know what? He took it like that.
I'm stealing some of yours.
Jose,
is this one of the ones that you rub together?
In the house. Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
it's so weird. They're
Right.
not like they're gummies for Christ's sake. They're not hard candies.
these ones are hard. I don't know. These ones are like shrink wrapped or something. They're like really tiny. Taco Bella Lugosi.
Hi Oscar, thank you.
You know what? You better be careful. I'm gonna make us do it up all night. All
This
night.
one, this one's a little ghost, I think. This one actually is a little hard.
Okay. Focus. It is almost midnight, which means
Oh, it's so close.
we're gonna be
Less than a
doing.
minute.
Yes. Oh, okay. When midnight happens, I'm gonna do
get
a
'em now.
3, 2, 1, hit play. All right. So bear with us. Get the movie ready because it's gonna happen very, very soon, very, very momentarily. And if you come across ads, by all means skip them. Enjoy. And if you find yourself lost, let us know and we'll give a timestamp. Ready? It's midnight. 3, 2, 1, hit play. And enjoy the world of Dawn of the Dead. Hopefully this is not banned in your country.
Oh, we didn't check that, did we? Piranha. Oh, my knee.
Are you alright?
Oh, that 70s hair.
See? Matt would buy a boo-bee sticker.
Oh my god, shag carpeting on the walls.
Right? Be careful. That's gonna be in our living room.
Okay.
If we had something like that in
I
our
am
house,
so touch oriented, guys.
see it?
So touch oriented. I'd be feeling the walls all the time.
She would be running like how like you lay on the ground and you roll down the hill. She would start at one end of the room and just roll along the walls.
Yes.
And I'd come home, she'd be dizzy and passed out.
Were you playing on the walls again?
What the hell's that?
Colonel?
No, I don't like hard food. All right. I don't like hard food. Hard food scares me. Birds scare me. What's the third one I don't like?
Oh, I forgot, but someone called you on it once.
There's a third thing I don't like, and it freaks me out. But like hard food freaks me out. I can't chew. I
Hard
can't
food,
bite.
birds, and someone said it one time. Hi, Joey.
That's right. Right at the very get-go, George was sitting right there at the desk. Folded fabric. Thank you. I forget about it until it happens, and then folded fabric freaks me out. I sleep naked. Just saying, and like the sheets,
Falls out.
the sheets kind of like fold under my back and stuff. So it's like, God dang it, and I can't sleep. I'll have nightmares and wake up.
I told my wife about wall carpet. It was shut down fast. But imagine how much fun it would be to like hoover your walls.
For those of you who've been watching our filming locations video, the new studio, we didn't go there during that video. There's George again. Because it's still an active television studio in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, off of McKnight Road, if you're familiar with that area.
No, I love the sound of old keys. Yummies.
I think these ones are bad.
Are those the Halloween ones? Are they hard?
They're nasty as heck. They taste weird too.
Yeah,
Oh.
they look like they're from Halloween. Which
They
means it's
taste
probably
like they're
Halloween
from
last
hell.
year. Oh, that was good. That was so good. Let's do a timestamp real quick.
Timestamp. 3 minutes, 35 seconds. Now, it's right, Scott. Stephen King is also on most of his movies. Another interesting thing, if you think about it, a lot of George Romero movies, especially the first three, the holy trinity of zombie flicks, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and Day of the Dead.
Right, Gallagher?
Hint, hint. Did you ever notice that there's a lot of helicopters in the first three Romero movies?
Yeah.
He loves helicopters for some reason. I almost had hair just like that guy. Look at that cop. I need chops like that.
God. That's not chops. That's like a weird
You think he's muscular or he's just wearing padding?
padding. Hi to everybody just rolling in.
Well, hello. Is it Duran Conrad? Thank you for sending us via PayPal, man. It really does help out a lot. Thank you. And hopefully you're enjoying the movie.
We will totally have new stickers coming up,
Yes.
I promise. We're going to have a handful of new things coming. I don't know when we were going to do new t-shirts though. We still have a lot of stock to go through before we can order, put in another order because there is a minimum.
Well, that and because of COVID, our supplier has been kind of shut down. They have
That
not
too.
making anything right now.
That is also true.
Movie nights with
What
the Green.
timestamp are we at again?
Wow. 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
6 minutes.
6:05.
6:05. 6:05. 6:10. 6:11. 6:12.
We might do some hoodies, but if we did, it would be in a very probably low quantity. If we were able to find a supplier who would be okay with mixing and matching what our order consisted of, because some people will be like, you have to have a minimum of this many of each size, and it can only be t-shirts. And if you're going to do things like hoodies, you have to have minimum of each of the size of just only hoodies. So we're looking for somebody who would be like, hey, give us this many number of items, and it could be mix match however you want it. So we had found somebody like that, but again, they're shut down during COVID. So it's like to come soon, which I think is a little bit not back to normal, but less crazy.
Well, we got smart because when we first started, there's a lot of people out there on YouTube
Doink.
that has this thing called Teespring, or what's the other one that we were using? I turned the sound down a little bit. Like a website where I can't remember.
Third party.
Spreadshirt.
Spreadshirt.
Where you can go on, you can order a shirt, they print it just for you, and they send it to your house. The only bad thing about that is the shirts would be like $25, and the company Spreadshirt would keep the entire amount of it except for like $2, and they would send us a check once a month for like $2. We didn't like that, not because we're like we want the money, but we felt that if you guys are going to support us, the Grim Life Collective, support us making videos and bringing you content, all, if not most of it, should go towards that.
Mm-hmm. Because that's how we get out and travel, and we're able to create the videos that we do is by funding, and that we couldn't control the quality of shirts either, which kind of bugged me. We didn't get to see the shirts before they're printed. We actually had to buy our own shirts just to test out the quality and the print quality, and I just found it to be really inconsistent. I didn't like not having some sort of control over what was going out and seeing it firsthand.
Okay, so now keep in mind. Alright, I'm just going to say this right now. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. The picture that I posted about the video coming tomorrow night of Beetlejuice saying it's showtime, it has nothing to do with the video.
No.
I'm just saying it's showtime because the show is back on. That's all, okay? I'm sorry. What do you want from me?
I'll screenshot that, Mark. Thank you.
But if you want an honest-to-God hint, it has something to do with tonight of what you're watching.
I thought you were going to say it has something to do with tuna.
Tuna. Vincent,
Vincent.
Price is right. Another name that I absolutely love. Thank you.
Pennsylvania, ground zero for zombies.
That's right.
They
call it the zombie capital of the world.
We are very close to hitting, if we haven't already by tonight, 40,000 subscribers.
That's right.
And I was thinking of doing some giveaways for that. Obviously, we would do some Haunted Mansion stuff. But I actually have one of your old hoodies from the Pennsylvania zombie crawl, or whatever it's called.
The zombie capital of the world.
Yeah, I
It's
actually
Monroeville
have one
Zombie.
of your old hoodies from that. And I don't know if you guys would want me to add something like that to be raffled off or donated when we do our giveaways, you know, because it's not brand new.
Brandon.
It's one of the jackets he used to wear, but it's not in like bad condition or anything. So something to think about. Let me know what you guys think of things like that.
Yeah, so next Saturday, if we hit 40,000 this week, which we're less than 100 away, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So we need about 100 new subscribers this week in order to reach 40,000. If we hit 40,000,
before we do next Saturday's viewing,
we're going to have some pretty awesome giveaways next week for you guys. So tell your friends.
Because I have some of your old
Tell your
t-shirts,
enemies.
too. See, I am cleaning out our closets right now. And I'm listing a lot of stuff up on Mercari. And I'm actually going through Michael's t-shirts as well, and he's got a lot of varying different things. Um, some of, I don't know, maybe we'll do some
Thank
of
you,
the
Eric.
t-shirts too. I'll show them to you guys while we're doing the giveaways. And if you guys are, if enough people are interested, we'll do some trivia, and I'll include those in the giveaways that we do.
Oh, it kind of looks like Macaulay Culkin.
He does a bit, doesn't he? I love that look. It's just kind of like, fuck.
Colorado.
Oh, thank you, Amy.
What movie are y'all watching? Martina Brown.
Colorado.
Martina Brown. We're watching Drop Dead Fred.
Drop Dead
Just so you know, Drop Dead Fred.
Movie timestamp. Got a request for a timestamp.
Oh shoot, I'm sorry. 11:45, 11:50, 11:50, 11:50, 11:50.
Hey, Michelle.
Scott said, "What? I
He
have
has
a
a
Kane Hodder
Kane
signed
Hodder
mask
signed
from
mask.
Friday. You guys can use that as a giveaway. I want to win that thing. Okay." So, if we keep to how we do everything, I'm sure you caught this, Scott, but the video that's coming out tomorrow you're gonna like, but the one that's coming after that is right up your alley.
Yeah, I think he's.
You're going to
really
watch
enjoy
this
that.
video
We
and you're
actually
gonna
talked
lose
about
your
you
mind.
while we were filming it.
Yeah.
We talked about you a lot while we filmed it.
Drop Dead Fred. The anniversary of his death, Rick Mayhill, Drop Dead Fred was just recently.
Yeah. I haven't watched that in so long.
Maybe we'll watch it on one of these things. Oh man, I got like the weird hiccup burps.
It's the tuna. It's the tuna.
At the tuna.
It's the tuna.
How you doing, Michelle? Get in my body bag. Let me pass.
You shall not pass.
What is the airspeed velocity of an African swallow?
I don't even remember the answer to that they give in the movie.
I
I think
don't
it's
know.
like 8. Wow.
M. 1134 Rad D Films. I just felt like I needed to say that name. What is your favorite zombie movie?
Mine?
Yeah. Do you have a favorite zombie movie?
Well, I feel like the term zombie gets a little gray in some areas. So, like, most people do consider things like 28 Days and 28 Weeks Later to be considered zombie films. And I guess most zombie films are also outbreak films. So it's like, what do you consider to be an outbreak film? What do you consider to be a zombie film? So does the zombies have to be undead and walking, or can they be outbreak victims like in 28 Days and 28 Weeks Later? But at the same time, World War Z is probably the one that I watched most frequently. But I don't know if that would be my favorite. I do love it though, but
Mine always changes.
mine
Obviously,
changes too.
I'm a huge fan of the Romero zombies and Romero ghouls. Technically, Night of the Living Dead, they were ghouls, not zombies. Technically. But
Yeah.
right now, I'm not ashamed to admit this, my favorite zombie movie is Zombies from the Disney Channel. It's a lot
Does
of
that
fun.
count? 'Cause they are zombies.
They are zombies.
They are zombies.
They are zombies.
I am so obsessed with that right now. I am
And
so obsessed with zombies too. I keep listening to the soundtrack a lot.
Zombies and Zombies
I'm not
2,
ashamed of it.
made by Disney.
Made by Disney.
It's just a heck of a
Yeah.
lot of fun. Which is nothing like what you're watching now. Wander the Dead, Train to Busan. The sequel to
Train
Train to
to Busan was
Busan
good.
looks phenomenal.
What would you say, aside from the originals, aside from the classics, like what we're watching now, what would you say was, who had a new take on zombies?
Warm Bodies.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Warm Bodies was a different take on it.
That
I
was a
was
different
surprised
take.
when that came out.
Because then you have the whole Resident Evil series too. Those are technically zombies.
Mm-hmm.
But, like...
A sequel to Train, it is
lab-created
coming.
Monsters too. I get really kind of confused with that.
If you zombie beavers, it's actually zombievers, and I love that movie. Jessica hasn't seen it. There's
I have seen Zombievers!
there's boobies in it, like cute boobies, and you still won't watch it.
That I haven't watched it, but he made me watch it, and I refuse to watch it again. Is more the point.
I want to watch Zombievers again. That was a great movie. Zombieland is good. We enjoyed Zombieland.
Zombieland, I like a good
City of the Living Dead.
comedy take. City of the Living Dead, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It changes all the time for me. Warm Bodies, I liked it because I thought it was very well placed humor, and I really admire that. Not just funny for humor's sake, slapstickish. And I really appreciated the moments that they used in Zombieland. I thought Zombieland was a really kind of fresh breath for zombie movies. The comedy, the gore, the well-placed CGI with, the signs and stuff like that for the rules and all. I thought it was really well done without being too full of itself. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then there's some scenes where I'm just kind of like, meh, move on already, but...
Zombie Strippers, which was filmed here in Florida, believe it or not.
Oh.
Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? The search for Twinkies.
Kind of made everybody a little hungry for Twinkies after. Ain't gonna lie. If their stock didn't go up, I'd be really surprised.
Mark, Jenna Jameson. Fantasy Island should do a Zombieland watch party with Twinkies and Red Code Mountain Dew. You know what? I think after this movie, next week, we got some shoes to fill. Like, we just set the bar too high with this movie.
I think the movie with zombies that I've probably watched the most, though, now that I think about it, is Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead.
It's timeless. It's a classic, I think. Whenever it comes, especially a zombie horror comedy, I think Shaun of the Dead is always going to win it for me. I can watch that movie on repeat and never get tired of it.
You know what else was another great zombie movie that not many people really think about or know about?
Although Zombie by Fulci is amazing.
Cemetery Man.
True. They do have zombies. So, like, you get to the point where I'm talking, it becomes technicalities. When does it become just, zombies, and when is it like, the dead have risen? Are they technically zombies? Because not always is it called a zombie, but it doesn't have to be called that term. But I think that one counts.
Robert knows it.
Because they do bite people, and those people do die and come back. So I think technically, yeah, that would be a zombie flick. I love Cemetery Man.
I'm so curious.
Yeah,
Bear with
Cemetery
me.
Man has boobs, and
Right?
Wow.
One of my
Doesn't
favorite
have boobs.
one of my favorite lines from that movie is, "You have a really nice ossuary."
Ossuary. You have a very nice ossuary.
Da-da-da.
Ossuary.
It's there.
Bumps. Bumps. Della morte, della mor.
This scene right now, the redneck zombie party on the side of the road, I think this is where we started our filming locations video.
I think we started it on the drive up to this scene. Technically. I remember talking about it as we were in the car and we were filming in the car. All I have to say is, if something like zombies ever does come into being, knock on wood, hand to God, I don't know what I gotta do and what I gotta say, but please make them slow, shambling movies, not the runners. If it's runners, I'm dead. First 5 minutes, I'm dead. I'm not gonna survive the runners.
Look
I'm
at
just
Leonard
not.
Skinner.
I
Here it
always
comes.
love.
All right, so if you watched our filming location video, you're gonna
I
know
remember
this.
this, yeah.
But this scene right here, I'm gonna point it out. All right, so over the tree line is the house where where they filmed the prologue for Creepshow. So this airfield where the helicopter
Oh,
is,
timestamp.
and the house we're at
21:35.
2135. The airfield and the house for Creepshow, where the little boy and Tom Atkins, they're right next to each other in real life. Years apart, but they're right there. Just a heads up. You can actually see part of the stuff. And the kids here, remember them?
Your brain smells spicy.
Pepperjack Brain. These are Savini's niece and nephew.
You just have to be faster than the person next to you. That is correct.
Are really good at kicking and tripping. It says out of order, but yet it worked. What?
I am going to go ahead and say right now, I can't be certain. I wouldn't be one of those people who, if I was running in a crowd, I might trip somebody next to me just because I'd get eaten. I wouldn't. Wouldn't put it past me, man. Just saying.
Wait, Scott says Grim Joker was in a music video? What? Okay, bringing this to the attention here. What music video? Where is this music video?
I started thinking about like what would I really do in a zombie outbreak, and I think I could see myself, depending on the situation, being two people, where I might have to leave you in a bad, not you, I'm saying, if I was if I was in a
what?
group and I knew somebody was done for and there was no way for me to help them, I would have to leave them for the betterment of myself or for the group. But I would also be somebody, like, if you fell or tripped next to me, I'd probably try and pick you up at first. But, if we talk about, like, time into this thing where, like, you don't stop for anybody at one point, but you probably would in the beginning. Aside from you, obviously.
We almost went from Grim Life Collective to Grim Life I'm Alone.
I've had purple hair, but right now the green is my favorite. I'm in love with the green. I'm going to keep it for a while.
Bye-bye head. I think next week we're going to watch Zombievers.
No, not zombie.
Yep. See those houses right there behind the guy getting his head chopped off? That's the houses from Creepshow. That's the neighborhood.
It was that close. I remember filming it and having that conversation, but I don't remember looking at the house.
I'm going to start wearing plaid pants.
I wouldn't hold it against anybody if I was thrown to the zombies for food. Like,
Wait, what?
You trip, you get hurt. It depends on if they're runners or if they're shamblers. Like, you know what I mean?
What if
having these conversations used to give me panic attacks because my brain would take it so realistically and I would start, like, freaking out.
Bear with me. We, the Grim Life Collective, are going to make a movie. A zombie movie. Now you may be asking yourself, is this zombie movie going to be the type of zombies that run? Runners? Are they going to be shamblers? No. Not our movie. Our zombie movie, they're going to be dancers.
Dun, 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 dun. Your brain smells spicy.
Pepperjack Brain.
Okay, I can't dance though, for real. Like, I can, like, do little wiggles and, like, I got timing, but
You got
I
moves
two
like a
left
sea
feet.
monkey.
I got two left feet. And easy, okay.
You're like a sea monkey that's moving in the current. I kind of feel like... Do the sea
You
monkey,
look like
everyone.
a drunk T-Rex.
I'm a sea monkey, damn it. I'm a sea monkey. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Somebody said weed heads. No, wait. No, we don't do that.
This is natural, y'all. This is natural.
Wait, M, do I look like a sea monkey or did I look like a drunk T-Rex?
Drunk
M says he
T-Rex.
does. LOL. I don't know what
Drunk
LOL
T-Rex.
means. I'm kidding. I know what LOL means. We were standing in line at Disney one day and there was this young girl in front of us. She had to have been like 15, 16 years old. And she turned around, and what did she say to me? It was something where she was
I don't
like,
know.
IRL. And I was like, what the hell did she just say? And Jessica was like, in real life. And I was like, oh God, what the hell is this craziness?
A C-Rex. You look like a C-Rex.
That's right. I'm a sea monkey T-Rex.
Oh Lord.
Oh God.
Totally a drunk T-Rex. Everyone said drunk T-Rex.
Damn it.
Everyone said drunk
I
T-Rex.
just look drunk. Oh God. One day we should do we need to find the perfect drinking movie and we can call it, we'll have a movie night called Drinking with the Grims. It would be bad. It would be bad. Slap happy,
See,
right?
no, because the only people who would be drinking was them because we can't drink. That wouldn't be fair.
What do you mean we couldn't drink?
Taking baby sips off of one beer doesn't count.
I can get pretty lit off of half a beer. That's how much I drink.
So can I, and that's the point. I'd have to take like straw hits.
Sea monkeys are not brine shrimp. Sea monkeys are living beings too. They got...
Brine shrimp are also living beings. They're
Well,
just tiny.
Man. It's okay. I got sea monkeys in Animal Crossing. I got 2 of them.
You do?
Yeah, I got 2 of them.
I don't have sea monkeys.
I got one from...
No, you have sea butterflies.
No, I got sea monkeys. I got one from Kitty. And then I got another one, and I just been holding on to it because you haven't been good enough.
That's mean! After I gave you a cemetery and all.
Uh-huh. Yep. I'll give you sea monkeys. I'm put them in a weird hole.
Wow. You don't have any of those. I have those.
I'll get them, and then I'm going to make you walk in it. And you're going to sit there like sea... You know what we watched last night that was really, really bad, but we thought it was going to be good because it was from our childhood? We watched Beastmaster. With Mark Singer.
I was so disappointed.
The beginning was... We should have known that Beastmaster
Damn.
with Mark Singer was going to be bad when this happened. They start the movie off with half-naked women. And then they're like, ooh, women,
There's some
half
really
naked.
nice,
And then they show
like,
their faces, and it was just
butter
like,
face.
what the hell just happened to
Yeah.
you? At that point, we should have turned it off. Because it was like, the movie's going to be good, but no, the movie sucked.
No, I think for me, I was remembering Beastmaster, the television series that used to come on at like 2 a.m. on the weekends or something like that. It was Beastmaster and another one I can't remember. I just know they were both filmed in Australia. And that's what I remember.
Wait, what did Scott just say?
Oh, sometimes it's
Oh, we're
real
getting
weird.
drunk in October. That's right. Scott and your wife, you guys are coming down for Halloween Horror Nights. Also, got you guys a room at Hard Rock for one night. That was supposed to be a surprise. Well, shoot, kaboop.
We did see the George
Kaboop.
Romero bust. We did. Butterface? Okay, so these ladies had like not... I don't know what that term is, just as I started to say it. They had drop-dead gorgeous bodies, but then when it got to their faces, they were supposed to be like severely aged, like old crones, and it was like really bad
They look
makeup
like
effects.
wrinkled goat butt.
Basically, yeah.
So, Scott, thank you. You really didn't have to do something like that. Just hanging out with you guys. I don't know what you guys really have planned whenever you
Buried
guys get
alive.
here, but we are going to be burying you alive.
Oh, Conan. I could watch Conan for the rest of my life and be entirely happy.
But we really are looking forward to you guys coming here. So
Mm-hmm.
I would like to think that we have some friends, but I kind of feel like maybe we
don't.
really don't like. Well, here's the thing, okay?
Like we do,
Here's
but we don't have people who are local that we can hang out with.
Yeah.
We do have some local friends, but we never have the opportunity to meet up, especially once everything started happening. Like my two closest friends that are here in Florida, one of them is having like back-to-back surgery, so I can never get close to her because I don't want to. It's just too sensitive and.
Well, I mean, you guys are all our friends.
Well, yes.
But like we don't really get to hang out with you physically in person, but we run into a lot of people, especially in the theme parks, and it's a really easy because right now we live in a touristy place where a lot of people come down. So they'll say, "Hey, we're gonna be in the area. Can we hang out or like let's meet up at some point?" And we're like, "Hell yeah, let's. What park are you gonna be at? We're gonna be there. We'll hang out with you guys."
If they go to a park, yeah, but if it's like outside of the parks, we have a hard time meeting up because of scheduling.
Yeah, but parks make it very very easy. But Scott,
And I'm sick a lot.
Yeah.
Because of my thyroid.
when you guys come down, you guys got 2 rooms at the Hard Rock. We've never been. I don't think we've ever been actually even been inside the Hard Rock
rooms?
Hotel. Have we been inside the Hard Rock Hotel? We've been in the Hard Rock Cafe. Right? We did a video on that. The John Lennon room. The John Lennon room.
I always assumed that room had hotels.
No, that's like the
Or that-
restaurant.
Yeah.
The hotel. Like so, like when you're
No,
walking.
we went by it one day. We wanted to see if they had stuff on their property too.
Yeah, but like we never went inside. So
No,
like
you're
you
not
can,
allowed to
you
go
can
inside.
you can drive into the Hard Rock, or like when you're walking into Universal Studios, you can cut to the right and you can go back in there. I heard it's pretty amazing.
Okay, Geek Out.
So thank
we
you
have had this
guys.
conversation. So Mr. Geek Out says, "What happens if Jessica turns into a zombie? Would you kill her or let her bite you?" We have had this conversation. If there's werewolves, if there's vampires, if there's zombies, if one of us goes down, we both go down. So like if one of us got changed into a supernatural creature, the other one is coming along for the ride. We're never being separated. We'll follow the same tormented path,
Bullshit.
as it were.
Bullshit. Let me correct you. All right. Just last night, she said this to me. She looks at me and she goes, "If you were a zombie, I would so chop off your arms and put a leash on you." And then I turned to her
I did.
and I said, "What makes you think you'd have to be a zombie in order for me to do that to you?"
Well, because I was thinking of the scene with Michonne and, oh crap,
I'd be
The Walking Dead.
I'd be an armless zombie in your world, and you'd be
Okay,
dragging
but
me around.
Zombies are different. Zombies are different. So like if it's like Shaun of the Dead zombies, right? And you can like chain me up in the garage, and I can play Animal Crossing for the rest of my life, and you can like come in and we'll play Animal Crossing together because you like you retain some semblance of your former life or whatever, but you're not really there. Is that too far, Trisha? Is it? I mean, but he's my husband. I made a commitment. Anyway, that's one thing. So zombies are different, though. You're dead. You're not coming back. You're trying to eat me. Totally different. I would still keep you around, but I would have to break out your teeth and chop off your arms so I could have you around and not die. Because if we were to die together as zombies, we wouldn't just be shambling along in love.
Help. A lot of this I did this. The zombie in the white sweater going up. Remember that awkward thing that I did? And
On the escalators?
yeah, and people are like going, "What the hell is he doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of this has changed. And I don't know if I mentioned this in the actual video for our filming location for Dawn of the Dead. We got kicked out of the mall. They asked us to stop filming.
Politely. They were
And
nice about
here's
it.
the reason. Now, we were filming. We filmed. Okay, no, well, there's more to that.
Yeah.
So we filmed so much in that mall. They didn't give us a single problem. And then we got down to where the not clock tower, the giant fountain was, where in the movie you see the people on the motorcycles riding around it, and the cast at the end of the movie, they did a group photo in front of this fountain. That fountain is no longer there. Instead, now it's a children's playground. So there I am, all dressed in black, with the camera, pointing it at a playground.
I don't think that was. I don't think
Well,
that was a thing.
okay, so like I'm thinking, I'm nervous about this because I'm like, okay, I don't want these people thinking that I'm like trying to film their kids. And I look up and there's a security guard up there on the second level watching me, and I'm like, oh crap, I got to get this down, I got to get it quick. So I did this all, and by the time I was done, he came down and he asked me, he said, what are you doing? And I told him that, you know, I'm here for Dawn of the Dead. And he said, good, as long as you weren't like filming the children. And I said, no, I wasn't filming the kids. And he said, all right, cool, but do you have permission to film here on the property? And I said, no,
we
I
had
just
to get permission. We
came
didn't. Yeah.
So they took me up to the main office and they had me talk to the higher ups, and they said that you can't film here, it's private property, you need to have permission. So I said, how do I get permission? They said you can't.
Yeah.
So that instance mixed with things that happened out in California, people have said to us time and time again, you can't film
Your
here with
camera
that
looks too
camera.
professional.
It's too professional.
Yeah.
So now we have a little pocket cam that you see a lot of other YouTube folks use. We use our main rig, our Canon 80D. That's what we film everything on. But in situations where that arises, that they say, you guys are too professional, you can't do it, we can pull out this other camera and film with that.
Yeah.
Crazy stories.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
It's nuts. I get it though. It makes sense.
some places don't want you to film at all,
Right.
and they'll be like, "Yeah, not even on your phone." It's like, yeah, but as you're telling us this, literally, there's people behind you filming on their phone.
Oh, and we pointed out,
Yeah.
we don't go
And they'll be
quietly
like,
into
"Oh,
the
well,
night.
we didn't notice," and it's like, it's really obvious though that they're filming with their phone. Come on.
Especially out in California, though. Like, it makes sense out in California or in cemeteries, in my opinion. California, so filming in a lot of places, like,
Inconspicuous.
we were talking, yesterday we were filming a new episode that's coming out in about a week, and we were talking to the guy who is the subject of that video, and he brought out a very good point that, you know, if you were to film here in Florida, it's a lot different than filming out in California. Out in California, everything is unionized. If you turn on the camera, like remember when we did the interview with Richard Elfman?
Yeah, yeah.
They came up and said, you can't film here.
You have to pay to
Yeah.
have rights to film places
Yeah.
almost everywhere.
So it makes sense that, you know, do you look commercial or do you look amateurish? So we
Our camera has a few attachments.
right. So we're commercial-esque, but we also have a mask of amateurish, so we can have fun. I'm all over the place. I'm all hopped up. Alienware is coming your wait.
Alienware. Why do I know that name? Alienware. That sounds
Pretty sure
familiar.
Alienware is coming your way. Can't game online with bullshit. Scott, Alienware is really, 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 really good gaming hardware. We have a Twitch account. We have a PS4. We have
It's just
a
like,
Nintendo
you know,
Switch.
I hear when people say that they're replacing equipment of ours that is broken or something, and I have two feelings. It's like, thank you so much, I really appreciate it, and at the same time I'm like, I feel bad because I feel like maybe I complain too much about stuff being broken. Thank you so much. Like, that is so cool. Like,
Thank you.
I hope we didn't complain too much about. We were having such a hard time getting some things to work, and I think we went on a tyrant there a couple of times.
Yeah.
And we were kind of like angry and really frustrated.
So we have everything we need, except for, we even have an Elgato. But we upped our internet and everything happened, and it turns out our laptop is crap.
Movie yoga.
So Scott,
My leg fell asleep.
If what you're saying is what I think you're saying, much appreciated, dear sir. I don't know what to say. There are no words if that's what you are saying.
I know what to say.
I'm just saying.
I know what to say.
What are you saying?
I love you.
We do love you. And it's not because of that. But if what you're saying is what I think you're saying, then we owe you tremendously in more ways than you can ever imagine. Our sole purpose for doing anything on YouTube is to create content in as many ways as we possibly can for you guys.
I think when they come to town in October, I just might have to wear a Star Trek uniform.
I think we both need to. I'm wearing Spock ears. Just saying.
I might have to wear a commander thing so that
I'm dressing as a Klingon.
They're the ones that die.
Not really.
In
I'm not
all of
dressing like a Klingon.
all the episodes,
Baby.
the red shirts always die.
I would not be cut dead in a Star Trek uniform. I'm just saying. You can wear a Star Trek uniform if you want.
I don't have one.
I will stand 30 feet away from
I
you.
have seen though that they make. I've seen some really sexy ones made out of latex though.
What?
Latex clothing. I love latex clothing. Oh, it's nice. I love it.
That's where you think. No, Scott. Trust me, you have something very special happening, regardless of what you think, what you say, what you do.
I don't know if we're awesome just because we're awesome, or if you guys kind of make us awesome. I think it's for that.
I think that maybe.
I think we're just big nerds, and we love you guys.
I think when we meet Scott,
Equals awesome.
my dad actually went to school with Michael Keaton. Somebody just said, I want to meet Michael Keaton. My dad went to high school with Michael Keaton.
So
He's
cool.
from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And at the time, his name was Michael Douglas.
That's weird.
And he changed it to Keaton because there already was a Michael Douglas.
A couple of them.
I feel like
Shed so much.
that when we meet Scott, we need to do something special, such as this. We set up a camera. And we have a dance choreographed. Me and you. And maybe we like get 30 other people in on it.
We don't even know 30 people.
We could pay them in jelly beans. And then we can all dance in a weird kind of like, oh, how do they not, they don't know each other, but they all dance like each other thing. What's do they call that? Pound
A
cake?
flash mob?
Flash mob. We're going to flash mob you. Wait. Yes.
Sometimes I don't understand where your brain goes.
My brain is
Cream corn.
cans of cream corn.
Well, cream corn doesn't come in any other form but cans.
But it was
Ah.
couple two Halloweens ago, right? 2 Halloweens ago? Was it?
2 Halloweens ago, yeah.
2 Halloweens ago, we did a
Yeah.
video. Our first Halloween in Florida, we went to a corn maze,
Yeah.
and we were walking through
It was
the
so
corn
cute.
maze,
It was
and
so, so
got the
cute.
camera, and for some reason, my brain starts talking about
He
corn
says
stalks.
he did not want to be on camera ever.
Okay, fair enough.
Wish granted.
I had never. All right, so when we first started doing videos, Jessica didn't want to be on camera ever. So you know what I did to her?
No.
Say something. And I'd point the camera at her, and I'd be like, "Say something." She's like, "Why do you always put the camera so close to my face?" And what did I
It would
say?
always make my features really distorted, and it would make my face look really weird. And it was a sound thing because we didn't have a proper microphone at the time. And I'd be like, "You still don't have to be 2 inches from my face. Your lens is touching my eyeballs." Ever since I was a little kid, I've always been very uncomfortable with video cameras because, you started out with those massive things that sat on your shoulder, the old ones, that recorded onto VHS, those huge. And it was like looking into a movie film camera, just this pitch black eyeball just staring into the depths of your soul. So I've always been a little uncomfortable in front of video cameras. Even though I did modeling for a long time, it's different. It's completely different. I got used to it, obviously.
Scott was also kind enough to send us a copy, I think it was his copy
Good night,
of
all.
Until Dawn, and we've played it. We've been playing it, and it's a phenomenal game. It's like playing
Oh, is that the one
horror
with
film.
the country or the other one?
The one where like it's in the cabin and like different things like that.
Yeah.
You start out the game and there's this like really hot, playable character that starts off, and that's how the game starts. Well, kind of, yes. And it was like, this is how you play the game. 45 is where we're at.
Yeah, sort of.
And the whole purpose that he sent it to us was so that we would enjoy this, because I really like games like that, but it would also
Where you don't
be
die.
well, that's the whole point of the game.
Yeah.
They all die.
Well,
Just how
it's different. It's not like you have so many lives and you have to keep trying
Yeah.
over and over and over to jump over a stupid lake of fire.
it's the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Every time you play it, you make a slight decision and it changes. And
Do we have a mask collection, like a vinyl mask, like horror
or like
masks?
latex? We do not.
We don't.
No.
It's something that we want to start, but we don't have adequate displaying space at the moment.
Not yet.
Soon. Oh, they want to know what your chest tattoo is.
Oh shoot. Oh yeah, you can see it. Yeah, 10. So basically, it's the Sacred Heart of the Sacred Heart. It's the Sacred Heart of the Sacred Heart.
Corazon.
Well, basically, it's a Sacred Heart that is all worn and tattered and torn and infested, and it's got two birds picking at it on the side. So
As
it's
if the worms in the flesh. But you know how you see things and you can't ever unsee them? This right here is a goddamn apple.
It's a
And I'll
moon.
never ever unsee it as an apple.
It's a moon.
But the placement of the bird is just perfect where it looks like the stem of an apple, and I have never been able to unsee that as a goddamn apple.
Apple. Does it
It's a
hurt a lot?
moon.
So I have a very high tolerance for pain.
Same.
I've done things like human suspension. I fell asleep when I got my neck tattooed on both sides. Same thing with my chest. It was like a very deep massage. When the tattoo artist was tattooing my chest, he went over my sternum, and I was just like, "That feels good." And he was like, "Wait, what?" Like
Go
most
back
people
over that
don't
again.
do that.
It's like getting a good itch.
Same thing with my stomach. When I had my stomach done,
Timestamp again?
goddamn apple. Scott,
Goddamn apple. It does though.
48 minutes.
In person, I think it looks like it more than probably it does on camera, but and I just have that one little tiny
Would
one.
it be a
on my
Bon
ankle.
apple tit?
Yes.
Oh my god. I'm a very animated person.
Are you?
Am I?
You can be. Same for me though. I
You
mean,
are.
on camera, like when we do live videos, I don't feel like I'm as animated as I always am though. Like I feel like I'm a lot more animated in person, but that's usually because of my anxiety or I'm in like a really goofy mood, whereas like while we're doing these videos, it's midnight and I've had a full day. I've gotten up most of my energy, you know? I get pretty goofy though. I think you can see that sometimes on like or like out and about filming. You've seen me lick him and bite him and like zombie crawl up his arm
so
and things
weird.
like that. I get a little goofy. Just want to know if you got my last message. Is it on here message or is it like a direct message?
Who's that?
Brandon. Let me scroll up here a little bit. I think I may have missed it, Pumpkin. We have a hard time getting.
It says it is on here. Brandon, what was the last message?
Yeah, sometimes the scrolling gets a little weird.
You are as animated as Star
Hi,
Trek,
Hetty.
Scott says.
Well, they did have an animated series.
Well,
I've never actually seen it. That's too far for me. Okay, that's too much.
Am I done with my tattoos? Well,
I would say no. I definitely say no. I would really love for him to get a throat piece, like a whole like connect the chest here and like just come up and have a full like throat piece. I would love for him to have that. Be sexy.
As for tattoos, I would say I am not done. I got a lot more skin to cover.
I think
but
I might get a few.
but tattoos aren't my main priority in life.
No.
Travel and memories with Jessica and things that we do together and the content we create
Favorite classic
is my
car?
top priority over tattoos. At some point, I'm sure the opportunity would arise again, and maybe I'll feel differently. But as of right now, I'm no plans in the future.
What was the question, Brandon, or the comment? Because I still can't find it.
Oh, I'm writing a vampire story right now. When I'm done, do you want a copy? And what?
What is your favorite classic car?
Oh, okay. The classic car, I have this conversation almost daily with people.
Mine is that truck. I always forget what year it is, but you know the one I'm talking about. We
I
saw
do.
it in Savannah that one day.
Yeah, old Chevy.
I've always
You're an
wanted an
Chevy.
old truck. Just those little, I don't even know what they're called, but they're just gorgeous. Or like an old hearse. Oof. I would love to have an old hearse.
My dream car is a 1949 chopped Mercury. I would kill to have one of those. It'll never happen, and it just will never happen. But I can dream. As for the book,
Your shirt is stretched now. No, it's all right. It's good.
as for the
That's the
story,
microphone. It's not stretched. It's just a microphone.
it's a very, very nice gesture, and good luck with that. 100%. I would love to read it, but I can guarantee
We
you
usually
I
don't
won't have the
very
time.
much time.
Yeah.
I have so many books. I used to do so much reading, and now I never get to pick up a book.
Thank you, Seabass Adam. Seabass Adam. Seabass. Seabass, because we're playing Animal Crossing, and all you catch is sea bass.
We probably at one point will get a tattoo together.
Yeah.
One day. We've talked about it. When we first got married, especially, we wanted to get something done. But you know, time gets away with you, and money and things. I've always wanted to get a horror sleeve done, but my biggest and style that I would want it in is hyper realism, and that's a
lead
very
slides.
expensive style of tattooing. So like a sleeve would be like a couple grand probably, and you know, with all the traveling we do, I'd rather throw it into that, you know, than to put it in towards tattooing until we get to a comfortable point, maybe. But you've probably heard me say this before, but the scene with Lucy from Bram Stoker's Dracula, right before she vomits all the blood, like I want to have her like right here and do like a full like bloody scene down my arm, but time will tell. We'll see.
Brandon, I do want to say this. Much respect for your book, and trust me when I tell you this. I would absolutely love to read your book. I really would.
Oh, my back.
Or your story. Sometimes I have very little time to sit down and read. I collect Goosebumps books. I love Goosebump books. I love the idea of Goosebumps books. I've been reading the same Goosebumps book for the past 2 years.
They're so skinny.
They're so skinny and they're for kids, and I still haven't finished it. And the best thing about it is I've seen the movie. So it's like, and it's the movie version of the book, and I have all these other books to get through, and every time I sit down to read a book, I'm doing something else.
So much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a collection of Goosebumps books just because they're Goosebumps books.
Yeah.
I'd love to read, and maybe at some point.
That's hard to say. Goosebumps books.
I
Goosebumps
want,
books. Goosebumps.
I feel like I
books,
should
Goosebumps
challenge
books.
myself to at least like read one Goosebumps book a month.
Good luck.
Like make it a point, and then I'll review it. No, I won't. But
We have
It's
both
just the
seen
something
Dracula
sad.
ballet in different states, and every time it's been phenomenal. It's always so different. I would see the Dracula ballet in whatever city I was in every year if I was able to. It's stunning, and it makes me cry.
somebody said audiobooks. Here's an odd piece of information trivia about Jessica and I. You know, I really am going to start, like, I'm going to make it a point to read a Goosebumps book a month. That's it's going to be a
Good luck with
personal journey. 'Cause I would like to read more. And I hate that I'm not reading as much as I would want to. I hate that. Here, the thing about me, there's two pieces of trivia about the Grim Life Collective. Me personally, whenever I come across something in life that I don't do or wish that I should do, I have to do it. if I find myself saying, "Hey, I'm scared to do this," well, God damn it, I got to do
Well,
it
it's
now.
not a fear. It's a matter, just a
Well,
matter
yeah,
of time.
but it's like I have to overcome any kind of roadblocks in my area. That's just me. But originally what I wanted to say is somebody said
Oh, Scott,
audiobooks.
are you leaving? Bye, pumpkin.
Scott. No, Night Grim Joker, I love you, homie. So Grim Joker's gone.
No, I think he was saying goodnight to Grim Joker and Amy. It scrolls so fast sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It like hiccups on my end, and then it like scrolls really fast, and I get a little lost.
I don't think so. No. I don't know who's leaving. Ugh!
Whoever's leaving, bye, and I love you.
I can't tell if it's Grim Joker or Scott. Robin, Michelle, night, guys. Have a good night, Scott. Until next time. Again, thank you for being you. Take care of yourself, especially out there on the road. Audiobooks.
Oh.
When we travel, we can spend 15 hours in the car together, and not once do we turn on the radio.
That's true.
Like, we'll just talk or just enjoy
We
each
talk
other's
a lot,
company.
which is so refreshing because in my past relationships, I didn't have a comfortable line of communication, and that's something that I cherish so much with between the two of us is we have a good line of communication.
All right? I think you got a little bit of that in my mouth. I'm going to keep it for later.
Vomit. When you saw me for the first time, was it love at first sight?
She jumped through my window.
I did.
I pulled up in a 1984 Cadillac hearse, and
Victoria.
she ran and jumped through the, like, not through the glass, the window was down,
Yeah.
up and into, because she's tiny, and the hearse was up.
Tall. It was a lot taller than I
She
expected.
jumped across and somehow landed in my lap, and we kissed, and it's been
I did.
a nonstop ride ever since.
I was gonna do something funny, I remember, and I was gonna jump into the window of the car and do something hilarious, and I was too short to jump into the window of the car, so I had to kind of climb into the window of the car, and which resulted in me tripping and falling into the car, and I landed in his lap, and like literally, like my head and shoulders landed in his arms, and I was just kind of like, "Oh, hi," and he said, "Hey."
Who are you?
And then we kissed, and it was magical.
Yeah. Oh, shucks.
And I remember one of the first things I thought was, because when I'm one of those people, I touch faces, and I was like, "Damn, his skin is soft." He has a really soft skin.
It's because it's really not my flesh. It's somebody else's. Here, let me show you.
Love at first fright, exactly. I did. I jumped into his window. I did.
Where did we go for our first date? Universal Studios.
Was it Universal Studios?
Universal Studios. I came down, I drove from Savannah to Florida.
Yeah.
Had dinner with you and your parents.
Yeah.
And then we went
First
to...
date ever, if I remember.
And then we went to...
Hotel.
Sapphire Falls Hotel.
Yeah.
Had a hotel room. The very next day we went to Universal Studios.
Correct. And that was Christmas Eve.
Right.
And then the next day
The movie
was
is not
Christmas
over,
Eve.
Hetty. We still got, it's 59 minutes. We still have like an hour.
Oh.
It's 59 minutes and 15 seconds. It's a long movie. We're just talking a lot more than usual.
I don't know. It's somebody's fault.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are more than welcome to just tune us out and watch the movie yourself.
Kind
Just
of
hang
felt
out
the
with us.
weirdest first meeting and first kiss.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of planned, honestly. Michael and I were really close friends for about 5 years before we physically met each other. And we talked all the time and had a really good line of communication even then. We kind of do feel like high school sweethearts, if I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I felt like I really did go through all the decisions in my life that led me to Michael.
Wait, who's Michael? That's me.
Yeah, we've only just been married these 3 years. No, so we okay, so that was our first date, was Universal Studios, and that was Christmas Eve. The next day on Christmas Eve at Magic Kingdom here at Walt Disney World, Michael proposed.
That's right.
So technically that was our second date, if you want to be technical about it.
Yeah.
But some people consider video chatting to be dates. So if you're going to count that, then our first date had been months before.
Yeah.
And by the time he came down here to Florida, we knew we wanted to be married. Like, we already knew.
Before we even met, we spent a lot of time on video chats every night.
Marriage to the ladies can cause a divorce.
I wish that we were
that's so
lucky
cool,
enough.
Michelle.
I wish that we would be lucky enough to have 67 years together.
Oh.
But we got together late, so who knows
We
what the
did.
future holds.
But
But
that's okay, because, I mean...
it's one hell of a ride. In the 3 years
the
that we've been
timing was
together,
right.
yeah, in the
Yeah.
3 years that we've been together, not only have we created more memories than I ever did in my life before her.
That would be awesome, Seabase.
What's that?
He said his girlfriend's favorite thing is a Haunted Mansion. He's definitely going to propose there. That'd be awesome.
Do it.
Do it.
Here's
Yeah.
a little tip. Ready for this? Ready for this? The cast members at a Haunted Mansion are amazing. Tell them, and talk to a lead about what you want to do, and ask. You probably can't do it on like a really busy day, but see if you can get a stretching room all to yourself, just you and her, and do it there.
Closer to the end of the night would be easier.
Yeah.
Not while they're busy,
Closer to
obviously,
close.
but closer to the end of an evening. Especially when, in the summer, when the hours are long. However, things might be a little different now with COVID. We don't know. Back
you never
when
know.
they used to close at midnight, you could get a stretching room all to yourself practically.
Imagine that. The lights go out, and then you drop to your knee, and the lights come back on, and she's standing there, and you're on the
What?
knee holding her ring. Bam. Like, that's
They
cool.
are not redoing the Haunted Mansion to our knowledge, but they are in constant work on it, though. And the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World's Haunted Mansion, I think, is 2021?
Next year, yeah.
Yeah.
Next August.
Huge.
What's that?
Huge.
Huge?
Huge.
Is it
That's
a huge?
huge guy.
Yeah, is it huge in the Dork Forest?
Dork Forest.
Dark Forest.
Dark Forest.
Dark Forest.
Dark Forest. What are you talking about? We don't know.
Yeah. Watch our videos. We constantly make fun of each other. Well, no, we don't make fun of each other in a bad way. We make fun of our old
No.
videos.
No.
Do you
we're not
remember
doing
that? Do you remember that one live video that we did that you somehow let it slip, saying that are shitty videos?
No.
I'm sure somebody on here remembers it. It wasn't a live video. It was whenever our last Grim Mail video. You said something about it being. See, I remember. See.
No, what did I say?
We'll have to go back and watch it. Like, you said something, but it was like in
I was
relation
trying to be funny.
it was like in relation to something else. But then it was just like it happened, and it was just like, oh. And then we caught it.
Oh, because at the time, yeah, we weren't
Poopy
doing
or something like that. I don't remember,
no
but it was
cursing
funny.
words.
Yeah.
But this is Up All Night. I can cuss all I want.
You're darn tootin'. We're watching this version because this is the best version we could get. When's the little ones coming? They are not coming. Just the heads up.
No, we don't do the babies.
No. I'd like to have some sea monkeys.
What am I scared of?
What are you? Heights?
Heights.
She's terrified of
Terrified
heights.
of heights.
But yet I continuously convince her to go into high places with me.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, thank you so much, Mark. Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild. I am not
Yes, we were watching it.
of any animals, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
But heights is like probably my number one thing. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we do. We have you guys for kids.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, sucks. That sucks. We're in the park so well. We were in the park
Used
so
to be,
much
yeah.
that we'd see other people's kids, and we're like,
No.
"There's a lake over there. Go swimming." I should not say that. That is bad. There are alligators in the lake. Don't let your kids go swimming in water in Florida.
Okay, so
Bad idea.
we've had some comments before when I've said that I'm terrified of heights, and then you guys see me on the giant Ferris wheel, and I'm actually crying. And then people are saying how it's a fake reaction for reactions, and because I did the swings and I was fine. When we did the swings, I was not fine. We did this. It took 4 turns on the swings to get the video that you saw. And the very first time up, I had a full-blown panic attack. We couldn't even film the first one because I was having a panic attack. I was freaking out. I was crying. It was not pretty. Quite embarrassing, actually. And then, knowing what there was to expect, we tried it again. And by the 4th time, I felt like a pro.
What?
So, it took 4 turns on the swings to get a 3-minute video.
Here's how it really happened.
That is how it
The
happened.
very first time, Jessica was like, "I cannot believe you're making me do this." She had a panic attack. She kept her composure so well that I was like, "Okay, we got to do it the second time." Okay? So we did it first. She had a panic
Well, it
attack.
felt
She
like
made
I
it
was
through
freaking out on the outside. I was freaking out on the inside pretty hard.
We wrote it the
I lucked
second
out.
time to get a different angle. Then I said to Jessica, "Baby, I love you. We have to do it a third time because I want a different angle." And she said no. But she eventually said yes. So we wrote it the third time,
Heights and falling, yeah.
but Jessica actually held the camera in a certain way that it didn't record the way that I wanted it to. So I said, "Baby, please don't hate me. We got to write it again." So we can get that third angle that I wanted. So ultimately we wrote it 4 times in a row, and by the time we got done, we were done. We were done. We were
It
so
was
sick.
done, yeah.
450 feet up in the air, swinging 60 miles an hour in a
And
circle
it's not just
on a
that, but when
swing.
you start going a certain speed and when you hit a certain height, the chairs start doing this, and
Oh, yeah.
You're not prepared for that.
And you're
not
going so
prepared for that at
fast
all.
that it turns, so you're almost facing down.
Really freaky, man. Really, really freaky. Yeah, fuck that shit.
Well, Duran, let's see here.
Dead Alive! Yeah, I love Dead Alive.
Ski 2010. That's what it goes back to. Like, I
have panic attacks too, yeah.
to give you a perfect example of how my mind works. This is perfect. Remember the night we were laying in bed? I was watching YouTube, James Corden interview Tom Cruise, and it started out the interview with Tom Cruise taking James Corden skydiving.
Yeah.
And I remember watching it, going, "There's no way in hell I'm going to do that." And then it went, "Nicely done, Michael. Now you have to do it." So, not even 10 minutes after watching that video, I sent an email out to a skydiving team here in Florida saying, "Hey, I do this YouTube thing. I'd really like to do skydiving and do a video on it." They never got back to me, or else you'd see me jumping from a plane. So if you're watching,
have always wanted to do skydiving,
let's do it.
And I feel a little more okay about doing skydiving because it would be tandem. You can't jump your first time by yourself. You can't jump your first few times by yourself. You have to do it tandem, which you're attached to a professional. But I would have a heart attack just going up, you know?
I might throw you off the roof. Lucky 2010. I think it would be absolutely amazing to do a video of taking you guys skydiving.
I get more concerned about things like knowing how bad my anxiety would be going up in the airplane. Because I also have a heart condition, so like I get really concerned about like, you know, what if that plays into being an issue because my anxiety is so bad, you know.
What am I scared of? We talked about this a little bit ago. I'm birds, crunchy foods. I don't like foods that go crunch, and folded fabric. The three things that
I've
are
never
like my
heard of
downfall.
I've heard of people say things about, you know, hard candies and foods that's too hard because they have sensitive teeth or delicate teeth. And but the folded fabric thing, that was the first time I've ever come across anybody who had said something about like maybe it being a little bit bothered by it or something, but never like in the sense of a phobia nearly.
I can't do it. Like, I lay on it and it bothers me so much that I have to move. And I'll sit there and I'll fight it. I start flopping around. I'm like, baby, don't hate me. You gotta move. I know we're
Like,
cuddling, but stop because I'm
yeah.
gonna lose my shit.
It's so hard to cuddle because he usually goes, he'll start screaming, fabric!
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 And then you have to move and you try to readjust and they start screaming, fabric! Fabric! Like it happens so many times in a row. I'm like, you know what, just lay over
Flopping
there.
fish.
Just lay over there. I'm gonna lay right here. It's fine. Oh, he hates birds, and I think it's the funniest thing in the world.
What's that? Oh, birds.
Yeah.
Nope. You're doing birds. I'll scream.
I'm not afraid of animals. There's no animal that I'm afraid of, and it, you know, even like in the house, if there's a spider, I just hear my name being screamed. Come and save this little thing before I squish it, and I'm like, don't you hurt my spiders and my bugs. I love my spiders and my bugs.
So, okay. Oh, man. Alright, folded fabric. That's... Alright, so... Here's you. This is you as a person, right? And then here you're laying on a sheet. It's flat sheet, and you're laying flat on it. It goes perfect.
I love that, yeah.
But like now, imagine you're laying flat, and here your fabric is all folded up like this underneath you, and then all of a sudden you're like weirded out, and it's like hitting you in weird. Never mind. Just never mind. It's weird. I know. I'm weird. Roger is done for.
I don't know why birds for you. I think it has something to do with the movie The Birds, doesn't it?
When I was growing up.
Yeah.
Well, I always think about things like this. My grandmother.
Oh, she had birds.
She still. Well, yeah. So my grandma's passed now, but she, growing up, spent a lot of time with my grandmother out in New Jersey, Long Branch, New Jersey, and she had birds. She had cockatiels. And she had parrots, cockatoos, cockatoos. And up until her death, she bred exotic parrots. So there's always been these weird birds, and I think that's where it all kind of started. I don't know.
I would love to have a raven. I love ravens. I think they're my favorite. Okay, so down here in Florida, we have a lot of vultures.
Do you know we have scorpions? I did not know that.
No, I didn't know that we had scorpions.
Scorpions.
But I don't doubt it because there is so much sand here. But I thought they required it. Well, it is really hot here. I thought they required a drier climate because we do get a lot of rain. But I guess I'm wrong. But so
cockatiels.
We have a lot of black vultures, and they are like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I think they're so gorgeous. I would love to have like a black vulture, a raven, a bat. Oh man. I love
Mr. Geek Me Out asks...
Is it cockatiels or is it cockatoos?
Who is the prankster?
Are they the same thing? Oh,
Me
it's
or
you.
you?
It's totally you.
No.
It's totally you.
I have a wonderful ability
thank you, Aaron.
of...
Good night. Happy Halloween, pumpkin.
Who says what?
Aaron.
Aaron. All right, guys. I'm
Halloween.
tapping out
Night.
and heading to bed. Happy Halloween. Aaron, happy Halloween. Thank you for joining us. Next week, I promise to play a crappy movie for you.
I have grown up with owning several snakes.
Uh-oh. He's going down.
I've had several ball pythons and a Burmese python, and I've had all manner of animals. I haven't had any spiders yet. Only because as much as I love tarantulas and stuff, I don't know how to properly care for one. I know that you have before. And you've had tarantulas, but I don't know how to properly care for them, so I haven't
You feed them children.
procured one, as it were.
You feed them
But,
children.
I love the vultures, but the black vultures are just gorgeous. They're beautiful. Oh, beauty dragons. They're so cute. I want to hug one.
Paul's tapping out as well. Good night, Paul.
Good night.
I already know what next week's movie's going to be.
What?
I can't tell you. I've got a
Why?
microphone right here. They can hear me.
Sometimes we tell people what next week is, but sometimes we don't.
I'm not going to say.
Give me a hint. A really bad hint.
Oogie.
Huh?
Oogie.
Oogie?
Oogie.
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 Hey, you guys.
No.
Oogie.
Oogie. No. Oogie.
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 That is
Hey, hey.
maybe the definition of a bad hint, because I got nothing.
Oogie and Mrs. This is not the movie. Not the movie, but Oogie and Mrs. Peregrine.
The fuck is Oogie?
Oogie.
I can only assume Tim Burton.
No.
Oh, okay. What does Mrs. Peregrine have to do with it?
Because he was also in.
He was. That is correct. Wow. Huge separation, but yes. Yes.
No, it is not Nightmare Before Christmas.
No, it's not. I know, Oogie Boogie. That's the first thing
Right.
I was thinking of.
Oogie.
Oogie Boogie. But no, not even close.
What
Not
time are
even
we
close.
at? We are at 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 20 seconds.
C. Flamethrowers.
Cheaper. So, on the way home from work today, I
I love birds.
forgot to stop and get some, so I am drinking said drink.
Oh yay! Lawson just stopping in to say hi, but he said he loved the postcard that he got. I'm glad you like it. Lawson Davis.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Nice, Lawson. Thank you. I also want to point out, for those of you guys who are Patreon postcard members, if you want to know more about that and you're not a postcard member, links below where it says Patreon. Last month we had a bit of a setback and some of the cards got out late, so thank you all for being patient. We're back on track. We got more cards coming soon. I'm going to be releasing the new postcard design probably...
Oh, what is the new design? I don't think I've seen it yet.
Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. there's a new video.
Okay.
Monday the postcard is going to deal with that. In front of the columns.
Okay.
Remember the picture?
Yeah.
There's plans. There's plans, you see? You see? Wait, did we miss it? Did they said
Smart
that?
zombies from the movie Spookies. I have never heard of that.
That clock tower is not there anymore.
Oh, that was cool though.
Excuse me.
I wish they would have kept it. That was very neat. Very different. Mrs. Peregrine was a bird. That is correct. I forget what she was called.
Peregrine?
No.
That was the type of bird she was.
Oh, wait. No, what they were called because they transfer into a bird.
Oh.
Her and the other leaders of the little, not house, you know what I'm saying.
I remember, let's see. I feel like on the same exact day in an attic room in Brookline, Pennsylvania, is whenever I watched Dawn of the Dead for the very first time and Dead Alive. I saw them both for the first time back to back. Old friend of mine, her name was Allison. She lives in, I don't know where Allison lives anymore. Ali Kriska.
I don't often remember where I
weird thing.
was when I saw movies for the first time. Like, I only remember a few. But I remember that I had not seen Dead Alive until I was practically probably in my 20s, I want to say. And somehow that one had slipped under my radar. And a friend either had it or told me to find it and watch it. And I think I don't remember. I can't remember even what I watched it on, like the kind of device. But that one was like an instant love.
I remember growing up and I wanted that yellow tank top so
Dare you
bad.
to watch The Exorcist with the light out? We generally watch everything with the light out.
We actually went to where they filmed it, the steps
Mm-hmm.
and the house.
And the actual house is in St. Louis, Missouri, where I grew up. And I used to know the people who owned it, but I don't know if it switched hands or not. Oh, that's so cool. Patrick says we watched Night of the Living Dead because of your location video. That's awesome.
Excellent. That makes me very, very happy. Who said that?
Patrick Sirach. Sorry, I can't pronounce that, apparently.
So Patrick, you liked Night of the Living Dead? The original Night of the Living Dead? The one that started it all? Sriracha.
I think I remember reading something about Sean Young wanting to play
Never saw it before.
Catwoman, but Michelle Pfeiffer wasn't even their first choice. They had already cast somebody to play Catwoman, but just as they started to do
Excellent, Patrick.
the practice for everything, she found out that she was pregnant, and Michelle Pfeiffer was the second choice. She was a second audition for it.
Grim Joker. No, that movie has not shown up. Grim Joker sent us another movie with tracking, but it has not shown up in the... Oh, I didn't check it today. I should probably check it. I'll check it tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. Dang it, I'll check it on Monday, but no, it has not shown up yet. Ow, what is going on with my back?
What do you do?
I don't know.
Probably bug bite. We got covered in bug bites the other day.
Yeah. I thought Lawson Davis said, I love all the Easter eggs and small things. I thought he was talking about our videos and things we put in ours, but no, he was talking about The Walking Dead. Got it, whatever. That's alright.
I don't think there's ever gonna be a movie where people are locked in a mall and they don't go like on a shopping spree.
Looting for fruit. I want some fruit. No. Yeah, Grim Joker, it's right there, right behind the iPad. Give Amazon a call and see what they say, because I have enough, the tracking number that you gave me, I was unable to find anything on that, and it has not shown up yet. I checked it the other day at the post office, and I even went up to the main post office thing and said, hey, I'm expecting something, but it's not here, and they didn't see anything.
Nightbreed. Nightbreed's a great one. It's a bit of a sleeper though. It's not a very action-packed movie, but I love it.
Brandon asked, what is our favorite videos that we've done so far? That's an easy one, and please don't think that this is a cop-out. We have a lot of videos that we've done. We're very picky and very selective what we shoot. We're all about quality over quantity, I guess you would say. Not saying that our videos are
In
like
our own way.
top notch.
I mean, we're not
Yeah.
super duper professionals.
But like If we choose to turn our camera on, it's because it's something that we really want to share with you guys. We've gone places to film an episode and get there and start doing it, and we weren't feeling it, so we didn't do it because we didn't want to be fake. So every video that you see is something that we feel absolutely passionate about. With that being said,
Jane Doe is great.
there are a few videos that stand out more than anything. The Tom Savini one,
Obviously. I mean, that
Beyond.
was just... I feel like I'm never going to live that video down.
right?
You know, like, that's going to be a big thing for, like, the rest of my life.
Yeah, that was like lightning. The other one, the Ted Bundy film, the Ted Bundy murder locations for me was another big one. Like, and mainly because where I was mentally when we did it. I've talked about this before of like trying to imagine things like it's a lot to get into, but those are my two biggest ones. Do you have another one aside from the Tom Savini
Aside from
one?
Tom Savini?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when we did the Jim Henson Museum, the creature, what is the actual name of it?
The Skeksis?
Well,
Or
no,
the-
it's the building.
Oh, the Center for the Puppetry Arts.
Center for the Puppetry Arts. It was my first time being there when we went. So, it might not have been like a favorite video that we shot, but getting to experience it was huge for me. Sorry. And probably the first time that I cried on film.
First time. Just in time for the famous line.
I mean, there's so many. Like, the Conjuring House was so cool. And that was a very, very well-timed thing where we happened to meet somebody and, you know, we were given this opportunity that not a lot of people get to do. But also, like, going to Universal Studios in LA for the first time because we were there at such a particular time that is something that I've always wanted to see. It was during the Lunar New Year. And I cried on camera again. So, I mean, there's a lot of things because of my experiences there. I don't know if it was my favorite video that we've shot, but it was definitely an experience that I'm never going to forget kind of thing. But it's hard to top the Tom Savini video.
Here's where he starts turning. Galligam? I keep wanting to call say Galligam. Galligham.
The rain?
The very first video that you found us, he thinks was the rain ruined our day at Disney.
I remember that.
And you're still watching us? Like,
Yeah.
it was a weird video. There's a couple different weird videos like that one, and we also did one on...
Oh, the Karloff Rose Garden was beautiful.
Oh my God. So, our California trip...
Like, everything we shot in California was mind-blowing for me.
When we first were going to California, we had maybe 50 things of must-do things on our list. And then as it got closer and we started...
whittle it down.
We had to whittle it down and whittle it down and whittle it down and whittle it
Bonnie
down.
and Clyde, the Crossroads.
Right? There's so many things that we
So
did.
many.
That when we have the chance again to go back out there, there's so much that we want to show,
Yeah.
so much that we want to experience.
I love taking you guys with us to experience it too because, you know, it's always just Michael and I when we're out filming. We don't have a big crew with us or anything. We don't have people helping us with anything. You know, I generally do a lot of the research on the road, and then Michael handles all the camera angles, and, you know, I'm very forgetful, so he also has a lot of knowledge, but when we are filming, we constantly talk about you guys. We constantly have you guys in mind when we're doing a shot, you know, and like we'll be walking around and experiencing it, and we just be like, you know, we've got to get this part on camera. We've got to catch it on camera because I think they'd really love to see that. Like, if you're not able to visit this, you know, filming location or this site that we're at, I think that's something you should definitely see or would want to see, you know, should you ever watch the video because you're not able to come and see the Hagrid ride. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people found us that way, and that was a day I'm never going to forget. It was going on Hagrid's for the first time. The whole day
That was
so long.
That was a game changer for us.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that for a minute. the Hagrid ride and the Hagrid video happened right before we went to a road trip to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
And as we were driving, and even when
Good
we were
idea.
there, we kept watching the view count go up. It was insane watching this while we were on the road filming other stuff. We went from 4,000 subscribers to about 15,000 subscribers overnight. It wasn't overnight, but it felt like that. It was a couple weeks, and not even a year later, we're almost at
40?
40,000
Yeah.
subscribers, and
Which
it's
is
still
immensely
growing.
to
Like,
us.
you guys are amazing.
It's huge to us. It's such a big deal for us. And there's you start talking about the YouTube world, and a lot of
Good night,
people
Amy.
will say, oh, this person has this many followers, or this person has that many followers, and we're like, that's massive, that's amazing, and we still feel like babies, in the YouTube community. At the same time, we're so blessed.
Right?
Yes.
Oh.
This is probably my favorite scene of this whole movie. Doesn't he just look so sad? Like he still has
Yeah.
like cognitive of his own self before he's fully turned or something, or becomes mindless. That like little 30 seconds of him pulling
Yeah.
the covers back and positioning the gun. That's like my favorite scene in this whole movie. Absolute favorite. Good night, Geek Out.
Yeah, are you tapping out, Mr. Geek Out? I'm gone. If so,
I
have a
think
good
I've seen
night.
Galaxy of Terror. We would love to grow to 1 million. That would be amazing, of course. I think everybody would love to grow to that kind of heights. Time will tell. We've only been doing this consecutively, like having a schedule with it, and planning everything out and stuff for about a year. And I think 40,000 is a great number for a year.
Right. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, for 1 year, 40,000 is pretty
like
good.
really sticking to a schedule, not like just uploading a video every couple months or something and be really random to it, but like making sure that we have content for you guys every so many days or every so many weeks and stuff like that on a certain day, or hanging out on Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
Which we've only been doing since COVID, and it's become one of my favorite things.
Yeah, like hanging out with you guys for our watch parties, and just like hanging out once a week, just talking, movie playing in the background. COVID kind of started this tradition, and we're going to keep doing it.
We're going to keep with it.
Wherever we are, there's going to be some times where we might be out on the road that we can't do a watch party that week, and we'll let you guys know.
That's awesome,
But-
Brandon. I really love the interview with Vampire Filming Locations. That was a beautiful place to be. That was our Halloween episode.
That was our Halloween episode, Halloween special.
Yeah.
So my mind works like this. It's like, what else can we create? I mean, yeah, we're going to be doing some travel videos. Perfect World, at least 2 a week, maybe more.
Mm-hmm.
Watch party. Maybe some more, live stuff. Gaming things. Just different things that we can hang out while everybody's going through all this stuff. We have a lot of stuff planned. Just so you know. Timestamp. 1:34:10.
It would be nice to be able to go.
Glad you found us as well, M.
It would be nice to go through New Orleans again sometime.
New Orleans smells like urine.
It does, because there is factually a lot of urine in the streets.
Mhm.
Factually.
Makeup videos. Somebody said makeup videos.
Oh, I haven't done any of those. We've talked about me creating a separate channel for doing like silly stuff that I like to do, like ASMR and makeup and stuff like that. And it's the same thing of like why we don't ever pick up books anymore. I have so many things set aside and so many ideas, and I never have the time. I just never have the time.
I'm 100% gonna start reading.
I might
more.
have more time later on, but for right now, I don't quite yet. Make out videos. He meant make-out videos, not makeup videos.
Oh, what? Somebody else said something. Oh, Eric says, when will you guys be doing the tunnels from Day of the Dead? When we were up in California, when we were up in Pittsburgh, we reached out to the people who own the tunnels. It is a data management center. You cannot get into these tunnels anymore. It's private property. It's locked down. There's very expensive data and business records in this place. You cannot get in there. We tried.
Latex wear and
We
care
came up with something
maintenance.
better.
I could do that. I still have some
Did you catch that?
one day.
What?
I'm not breaking in. No way.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something else. You know what I'm talking about. Beignets and cemeteries. It sounds the same.
Oh, the beignets were so good. It's like one of those things though. I couldn't eat them more than like once in a month. So rich, so sugary. It is a shame that we didn't get to go and see the St. Louis Cemetery though. If we ever pass through New Orleans again, that's the one thing that I would want to go back and see because it was closed for renovations. St. Louis Cemetery, number 1.
We did it. That's the one we toured.
Oh no, then what's the other one that was closed?
The one
Near Anne Rice's house.
yeah, the Lafayette Cemetery.
Lafayette Cemetery. Oh, I thought that one was called St. Louis. I thought the first one we went to was Lafayette and the second one we went to was St. Louis. I've been confused. I'll check it.
What's that?
Robert says that he sent us a picture on Instagram. I don't know why I'm suddenly singing Muppets.
There's a new Muppet show coming?
Okay, so it was, I don't think it was sent under me. I think it's sent under Grim Life
Grim
Collective.
Life.
So I don't monitor the Grim Life Collective Instagram or Twitter or Facebook account. When you send anything to Grim Life Collective, I don't monitor those accounts. I just monitor my own personal accounts. And I'm going to check again because I don't have anything under my personal account.
Oh, Eric. Oh, Eric. You just wait, dear sir. You just wait.
Nose itch. No, that's okay. That's okay. I do things in the background. I take care of like our orders and things like that, but I don't take care of our social media. I might be doing a little bit more of that in the future, but as of right now, everything is connected to Michael's personal accounts because that's how I had started out. So as we grow and get a little bit bigger, I probably am going to take over the accounts eventually, but I'm not doing it at the moment.
Sometimes it gets.
Oh, cool. Okay.
If you message us on social media and we don't get back to you right away, it's not because we are ignoring it. It's just there's a lot of stuff going on, and we really try to answer everything.
We still have, the 9-to-5 job and stuff like that.
Still, the best way, if you do need to get a hold of us, is grimlifecollective.com. There's a contact form on there. It goes straight to our email. But you can, like, if you send a message or send us something on Instagram or Facebook, you guys know, like that, it could be buried in notifications. And sometimes
Fright
things
Night
get lost.
original or remake? I have to say original.
Original.
I love the Fright Night original. But I don't hate the remake.
I like one scene in the remake, and I've said it before, and that's whenever Colin Farrell is standing in the doorway of the kitchen, wanting to come in. Great scene. What's that?
Together again. Oh, it looks like he built a scale of Oogie Boogie's. What do you call it? The So I see these are storage bins, and here is like Oogie Boogie's lair.
Hmm.
Like probably to scale of maybe what it would have been similar to for claymation.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. It's a little blurry because of the blacklight. Blacklight is very hard to capture and photograph.
G-Boy 1973, by all means, drink away, have fun. We're glad
That's
you're
cool.
here, and thank you for being here.
At least that's what it looks like to me. It reminds me, it looks to me like it's the Oogie Boogie's lair, but it's kind of hard to make out. All handmade props. Yeah, I can tell. That's pretty cool. Thank you for sharing. What do we think is the worst horror remake ever? They're saying the 2017 Mummy.
There's Savini.
We actually like the remake of the Mummy with Tom Cruise.
Sophia Boutella.
Mostly because of the Mummy. She was hot. She was so hot. Loved her. Worst remake.
Child's Play.
Oh. Child's Play. Oh, that
Hated that.
So bad.
So bad. We saw it at the drive-in in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It was horrible.
I'm gonna have to agree. Child's Play remake. There's been some bad remakes, but nothing as bad as that. I mean,
Somebody said Child's Play too.
Yeah. A lot of people said, well, not a lot, but several people have said Child's Play.
Can you find the well from Silence of the Lambs? You're talking about the well that was in the basement? If that was the case, that was on a soundstage.
Soundstage, I would imagine, yeah.
The house is there, the actual house, but anything inside the house was on a soundstage.
The Nightmare on Elm Street remake, I admit it did not have the same special feeling as the originals did, but I kind of appreciated what they were trying to do with creating a more realistic version of him as a character before he was roasted. Or maybe just because I like that actor. I don't know. Did I miss him? Tom Savini?
Yeah, they showed him.
Oh,
He's coming back
it.
again, though.
Okay.
Because Machete Zombie, who is Leonard Lies, I'm sorry, who owns a photography studio
Bloody Mary.
in Dormont, Pennsylvania.
That could
Weird
be
things I know.
interesting.
What's that?
Em said that the new season of American Horror Story is going to be Bloody Mary.
I seen the pictures for that. It
I
does
haven't
look
seen
rather
it yet.
interesting.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
They did things pretty well, but like I feel like they have you on like the edge of your seat for like the first half of the series, and then you're just kind of like, okay.
Somebody wants to see your phone case cover.
Oh, I don't have my neat phone case cover on it anymore. This is it's Mickey Mouse, and I use this one because it has its own
Thank you,
little
Shelley.
stand that pops out. But the actual reason I initially got this case is because the lanyard for it connects to the clips right here. So like whenever I would film something while we were on roller coasters, and I could put the clip on and hang it like this, and I could basically be hands-free without having to hold my phone. And basically I got lazy and never changed it back to my other phone case.
Hey, hands-free? What are you, a zombie?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have the hair.
Creepshow is amazing.
Oh, thank you so much, Shell. I have not seen Black Christmas original or the remake. I've heard a lot of opinions on it though. I thought Roanoke
Victor.
was actually creepy for
Thank you,
American Horror
Victor.
Story. The first part of it, I really liked
I
it.
dig the... So, like...
Thank you, Victor.
Thank you, Victor.
Okay,
I'm digging the little animation that's going on
I
there.
know.
I love the animations on these super
I do
chats.
too. I've heard a lot of people were upset with the Black Christmas remake, but I've never seen the original. So
We
I
haven't
can't
seen
comment
the
on that
remake
one.
of the Black Christmas. the Black Christmas. Of Black Christmas, I should say. Basket Case is a good one, of course. I mean, some of these are classics. I mean, we've seen quite a lot of stuff. Somebody said that the remake of It was bad. Okay, the first part I liked.
Part.
The second part I was like, eh. It didn't
But
really
I
do
kind
it
of
for
felt
me.
that way for the original too, honestly. So I guess it's kind of matchy.
Yeah, I guess so. Pet Sematary remake was bad.
It was bad. It was. I got excited for that one too because they could have done so much with that. I was really disappointed. I remember going to see that in theater and we were so excited because the pictures looked great. The cat looked amazing. We loved the cat.
That's one of the ones we had.
Everything else, no.
We had media for, right? We had the free.
I believe
tickets.
we did have media for that, yeah.
Prom Night 2, Hello
Island
Mary
2020.
Lou.
I have not seen that one yet. It kind of looked cool, but at the same time, you kind of
Look at these people breaking into Hogwarts. Super Jeans sale. Basically, it's the Canadian tuxedo store. All these zombies want to hug people, man. They're not trying to eat you. They're just trying to get some hugs.
These zombies are not even there.
Brandon, really happy that you're part of Grim Up All Night. Welcome
Zombies
back to
just
horror.
hide.
Got some good stuff and some bad stuff to show you. But it's all fun. Oh yeah, it's the food fight scene. There's Savini.
Oh, my bad. Did we get a chance to watch any of the Cinema Massacres Monster Madness videos? I'm not
Thank you,
familiar.
Lawson Davis. Zack Snyder is
okay.
doing a zombie movie next. Can't wait. Very cool, very cool.
I haven't seen any of those. Timestamp.
Oh, shoot. 1:47:32. I forgot about Candyman with all the stuff that's been going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that one yet. I sort of read the description, and I don't know. I love the first one so much. I don't really want them to touch that one. I actually am a little excited though about the Mortal Kombat movie. Lord knows how terrible that's probably going to be, but it's not like the first ones were masterpieces, so I'm here for it.
I like, we have Mortal Kombat 10 for PS4, and you can play as Jason Voorhees, and you can play as Leatherface, and you can play as the Alien and Predator, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can play with all these cool
Yes.
people in it, but we're just button mashers.
I used to be really good at the original though. I could actually like do combos and stuff, but I'm so not used to these big controllers that I have a hard time with it. I might get used to it, maybe not.
So, I was telling Jessica about this. The PS5, I would love to have a PS5. Am I going to buy a PS5? It's not going to happen. It really is not. I mean, who knows? Maybe in the future, 6 months from now, 7 months from now, 9 months from now, a year from now, things might be a little bit different. Machete Zombie. You ready for this? That, right where that is, Walden Books. I used to work for a Walden Books. Today, if you went to the Monroeville Mall, that Walden Books is not there. Instead, it's a Justice.
Oh
Girls
yeah,
store.
I remember.
Crazy, right? What was I saying?
I don't know what you were
My
saying.
brain is all over the place.
I was listening and then you started talking about that and I forgot.
I don't remember what I was saying.
I forgot.
Shoot. Before the Justice thing, it was something before it. Mortal Kombat. Nope.
If in a year we might buy the PS5.
Yeah. So just recently they released what the PS5 looks like, and they showed some of the games.
It's
You have
silly.
not seen Resident Evil Village
No,
yet.
I haven't seen any of the games for
When
it.
you see Resident Evil Village, you're going to be like, what do we have to sell in order to get a PS5? I promise you, we're going to watch this thing, and you're going to be like, holy hell, what the hell was that? It's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in your life. I'm telling you. Aside from me. So it's a dream. But, yeah. In 3 years, when they drop the price, right before they release the PlayStation 6, is whenever we'll get it.
Yeah, I mean, we have the PS4 now, but we were able to get it at a very good used price. It's just so hard for me to like buy a brand new console outright. I'll wait a year or two while it's out for a while, and basically the Pro came out and not that long ago, and people were trying to get rid of their Slims, so I was able to get this PS4 used at a really good price. I did the same with our Switches. You know, I cannot stomach the shelf prices of consoles. I mean, I remember
Especially
when
now with COVID.
yeah,
Things
when
are insane.
Super Nintendo came out and Nintendo came out. I mean, those were like $100, and that was big money at that time. I forgot what I was saying. There was a pop up and I got distracted. Good night, Hetty.
Wait, is Hetty going away too?
Mhm.
Oh, I'm watching all the.
Yeah, $500 for a new console. That is never going to happen. That
Love
is
you too,
never,
Hetty.
ever,
Good
ever,
night.
ever going to happen.
Protest and get one. What would be really, really cool is if we were like really popular in the gaming community too, and they're like, PlayStation was like, well, Grims, we really like what you do.
That does happen for some people.
Here is Resident Evil Village. Play and let your people
Was that
know.
really $300 or $600 at launch PS3? That's crazy.
Oh, I don't know. Go fund the Grims for a PS5. All right. You know, it sounds like fun, the PS5, of course, but there's a lot more important things out there.
And honestly, we got the PS4 because it plays 3D Blu-ray, and we have a 3D Blu-ray player, but it's going out. Like it doesn't like to function the way it should anymore. So we were looking at prices for getting a new new Blu-ray 3D just Blu-ray player, and I was able to get a used PS4 for less than that. So I was like, may as well. You know, we were talking about gaming, you know, with COVID happening and everything, and I was like, okay, well, you know, that's the reason. That's honestly the reason why we got it, and that kind of launched us into doing some gaming.
And right now, gaming is kind of on the hold because of what we're going through with our laptop. So, I'm not going to say anything now, but if you were in the chat earlier with our buddy Scott, I mean, much respect and much thanks.
He's such a great guy. He's been there helping us through everything, like walking us through games that we're just now picking up, and he's been wanting to play some games with us too, and the laptop we're using now just won't cut it, and he's so sweet. He's helping out in so many big ways.
So expect games. I'm sorry that was
We didn't know how to game
loud.
until recently, Michelle, so don't feel bad.
Yeah. Wait, what did Michelle say?
She says she feels lame. She doesn't know how to game, and that's okay.
Man,
That's okay.
It's all right. So, I went live on Twitch, playing a game called Death Stranding, and for 1 hour,
Baby ladder.
I couldn't figure out what I did with my ladder, and I was carrying a baby. So it became this ongoing joke, Michelle, where it's like Grim doesn't know how to use a ladder, and all he does is carry babies. So
Yeah.
you just never know. And somebody told
And I love the inside jokes that those create too.
and I
One of my
think
favorites.
Scott said it best. Scott, I think it was Scott. Somebody said a lot of times people
I have the Kingdom Hearts.
people don't tune in to watch you play a game well. They tune in
Do
to
they?
watch
You play it badly?
you play it. I mean, you don't play it bad on purpose, but they tune in to watch you like mess up and just have fun. You know what I
Oh.
mean? So Michelle,
Well,
if that's
yeah,
something that you
okay.
want to do, whether it's making videos or doing live or doing games, if you have fun and be honest with
No
yourself,
ladders for you.
people are gonna love it. So
Yeah.
have fun. That's all I can say. Have fun.
It's kind of nice, having play parties though, because when you get really confused and lost, then somebody who's already played that game, they can kind of like help you out and walk you through it, and then laugh at your misfortune too, and that's fine.
Like some of the games that we play, I'm sure if you guys are gamers, like Mark, he's played Mark Kirkman.
I
He's
killed
played
Norman
Death
Reedus
Stranding quite a
5 times.
bit. Yeah, a lot of the games that we're playing, you guys have been playing for a long time. So I mean, we're just having fun getting into things.
Yeah, I
Thankful
wouldn't
to
call
you
us
guys.
serious gamers
No,
like you see a lot of the people
I
do.
will say this though, with the Elgato, we can stream games on the Twitch. Like
Soon.
like Animal Crossing and Luigi's
Yeah.
Mansion. Thank you, Grim Joker, for
Good night,
sending
Mike.
us. Thank you, Grim Joker, for sending us Luigi's Mansion. Um,
Oh
so
yes, thank you so
yeah,
much. It was so sweet.
so
That's
look out for
awesome.
that. I I will say that when it comes to Animal Crossing,
I
New
have
Horizons,
not. Oh, sorry.
we are actually pretty advanced. Thank you.
Well, I've seen some of these islands. We're not nearly as advanced as they are.
No.
I just want to say, Grim Joker, if you're still here, I think you still are. I still have the movies that you sent. I have not gotten to watch them yet, but like I am planning on having a day of just like back to back watch. I think they actually look like a lot of fun.
Those
I am Castlevania the show fan, but I never played the game.
here's the scene coming up from the image for this video that we've used is going to be coming up very soon.
Right here.
Yep. The doors are going to shut. It's going to open up, and there's our buddy.
That is like one of those classic images from this movie, and they're always in the end. Always.
Somebody said they hate Animal. Oh, I have Animal Crossing, but I need to get Luigi's Mansion. Joanna,
It's
hey,
amazing.
uh,
It's addictive.
Luigi's Mansion is so much freaking fun. I
Grim
love
Joker says he's
that
doing
game.
crazy good in Animal Crossing. That's awesome.
Oh, Grim Joker, we
Yeah.
need to get you over to our island.
Do I not have his friend code?
I don't think so. We talked before about playing,
Zombie
and
Crossing.
I was gonna
yeah.
send him a dodo code, but that's a one-time code. So we're gonna have to like get some friendship things going on.
Yeah,
So,
I gotta get your friend code, Grim Joker, because I constantly have DIYs that I already have that I need to like give to people.
and Joanna with Animal Crossing, reach out to us if you guys play Animal Crossing. I know it sounds lame, but if you guys play Animal Crossing, email us
That makes sense,
grimlifecollective.com.
Patrick. I've seen that one. I haven't
and-
played it, but I've seen it.
We'll hook up with you guys on
Hey, Crazy
your
Eyes.
island or our island.
Well, because you can do cool things on Animal Crossing when you add people as best friends on there. When you get each other's friend codes, and then you can add them as best friends, and it allows you to do things that you don't normally do with other people, which is just small things like you can send each other postcards with like presents and stuff like that.
It's like I'm just gonna stand here.
Right? She's putting on a coat like she's like walking out the front door.
Yeah, she's losing it. Like, I walk on ice and I can't even stand up. How are these dead people walking on ice?
They naturally have balance because they walk like a penguin.
Here it comes.
He's like one of the better looking zombies too.
Yeah. So George Romero is famous for every zombie in his movies. He just said, do what you think a zombie would look like. That's why every single zombie that you see
Different.
is completely different because it's their own interpretation. He never once said zombies walk like this.
Right.
He just said they kind of
Well,
do
because
this
people don't
and
even
then
walk
how
the
to do it,
same.
right?
People aren't built the same. I mean, that makes sense. Like how a person's mechanisms might look. You might have everyone do the exact same thing, but they're going to look different anyway because everyone's body's being so different.
Nicholas, thank you.
Aw,
And
thanks
as
so
for
much.
what's next for us two, who knows we'll just keep moving forward, creating stuff. Remember, tomorrow night at 7 p.m.
Hammer
is our
Films.
next big Grim Life video. It's not a live, it's something that we actually shot. She'll dig it.
We'll be back.
It's got the gun, see him?
It's pointed the wrong way. Oh snap, that's just like a piece of cardboard.
It's been a long time, for sure. The whole COVID-19, I mean, we're still being safe out there, but more videos are going to start coming in.
Fangoria is awesome. I'm really glad that they brought that back.
And I'm not entirely sure what happened with it. From
It
what
went
I
bankrupt
understand,
or
like,
something.
some private people bought it and have been putting it out, and it's not in stores. You have to order the subscription online.
You have to do the subscription.
Which
yeah.
we don't have the subscription to, which we should, but we don't have it yet. The magazines, I remember growing up and getting these Fangoria magazines. Like, it was a big deal because there's so
There's
much
a
blood.
handful. There's one I think called Stargazer, and there's a few horror magazines.
Of
that I always
course you would
wanted
bring up
so bad.
Stargazer. Good thing Scott's not here, else he'd be making fun of you. That's like Star Trek nerd.
No, they did a lot of sci-fi and horror. Anyhow.
My baby. Fangoria and Rue Morgue is another good one.
Oh yeah, Rue Morgue was a good one.
Oh.
Horror Hound, yeah, there's a lot of good ones.
One of the good things about Horror Hound magazine, at the very back of the magazines, I used to have a whole bunch of them, they would show you filming locations.
Oh, that's
I remember the very first Horror Hound magazine that I got had the filming locations for Clockwork
Speaking of,
Orange.
a friend of ours in the UK just came out with a horror magazine. He's doing it to the artwork.
Alan Graves.
Yeah, Alan Graves. It's inspired by vintage horror art. Like, think of a drive-in, but horror from like the 50s, and that's what all of the artwork is kind of like. And he's so sweet. We didn't even know this. He put a little our logo. He put our logo in with the advertisement section. I have shared it on my Instagram before, but I'll make sure that Michael shares it on his so you guys can find it. And I think he's taking orders for it because he's in the UK. I think it's in one of the shops there, but you can order it from him because he's a tattooist in the UK. I think he has his own shop, and my mind is completely blanking right now. But his name is Alan, Allan Graves. He does a lot of classic monster tattoos, so look him up on Instagram. It's very cool. I could even show you it on my phone if it will allow me to show you without having a really bad glare. He does a lot of stickers and pins and stuff like that too. So if you're looking for him, this is what...
Oh, you can't see it.
No, it's all whited out.
Famous Monsters was another good one as well.
Yeah. It's called Monsterama. It's amazing. Yeah, I spelled it right, so... Yeah, you can look him up by that, and he's easy to find. Allan Graves, no space.
Grim Joker, cool beans, man. Thank you. Send us his friend code.
Yay! Cool.
The music here is just hilarious.
I know, right?
Yeah, Alan Graves,
He's
Eric.
like
That's
karate
right.
chop kicking all the zombies.
Bruce Campbell. It's not really Bruce Campbell. Uh-oh. A-Team music. You're right. It does
It
sound
does.
like it.
Yes, it does.
See, Base Adam, you're in Tampa, right? We met him at
Who?
Sea Base Adam. We met him at the opening of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
That's very possible.
I feel like we were talking to Mr. Cheesy Pop right in front, and he came out.
We did meet somebody then, yeah.
I think it was you.
I don't
Yes.
remember the name.
Yep,
But...
Sea Base Adam. That's right.
Oh, hi. Nice to see you again. I remember, oh, it was such a hot day. I got
Oh
sunburned.
my god.
I
Such a
remember.
fun day too.
Yeah, oh, it was great. I love that ride. I'm really glad that we got to see that before all this happened.
More crazy fun music.
I feel like it kind of becomes like a comedy, though, honestly.
Like sometimes I feel really, really bad that we like talk throughout the entire length of the movie, especially if you haven't seen the movie before, and you should really watch it. So if you were watching it and listening to us,
Sorry if we ruined your movie-going experience.
go
by
back and
talking
watch it
so
again
much.
because it's a great movie.
Yeah.
It really is ahead of its time. I love how it has original music, The Goblins with Dario Argento. It's
Yeah.
Goblin. The CBS Adam said, nice to finally hang with you guys and meeting you all that. It was a lot of fun. It was a
It was
great
so much
day. We
fun.
met so
Yeah.
many people, and I remember you.
Good night,
I do.
Nicholas.
Hopefully everybody's in the crazy credits right now.
It is like carnival music, yeah. It's a lot like carnival music, yeah.
All right, everybody should be coming down to a close. Credits should be playing. I see some people are heading out. If this is your very first time watching Dawn of the Dead, George Romero and Tom Savini's masterpiece, what do you guys think?
Don't know when we're gonna get to see Walt Disney World. I know that they are open now, but
Walt Disney World's not open yet. July 11th.
oh, that's right,
The day
July.
before my birthday.
Universal is open right now, and SeaWorld just opened up.
And Busch Gardens.
Oh, that's Garden too.
Yep.
We
We haven't.
been to any of them yet.
Yeah, we're not really jumping at the opportunity
I
to
have
go.
to feel confidently safe enough to
Right.
go. Honestly,
We want to, but
I think
we're
it's
just
hot here. It gets
feeling
like
it all
90
out.
degrees. I don't know if I could go out in 90-degree weather while wearing gloves and a face mask. That might be a bit too much for me because I do get sick really easy and I do suffer in the heat because of my heart condition. So it may be a while.
Yeah. We'll make it there eventually. There's all kinds of folks that are going there and they're having a lot of fun. A lot of the
And that's okay.
Orlando YouTube content
Yeah.
creators. I mean, by all means, go watch all them. We're going to be doing a lot more traveling. I wouldn't say we're going to be doing a lot of traveling all over the place, but whenever we're out filming an episode for the channel, usually it's just Jessica and me. Nobody else around. We're not near giant crowds of people, so we're going to be more focusing on that and building that content. Of course, we'll be back at the theme parks at some point.
Oh yeah,
Just
we're
don't
dying
know
to go.
when. Yeah.
Well, sure. I mean, we want to go. You know, we love it. I'm having a little bit of withdrawals myself. But going to the parks on a normal hot day, you know, you have to be really prepared. You have to be hydrated. You can suffer sunstroke and heat stroke really easily because of the crowds, because of the heat, because of the sun. So I feel like doing that with COVID and everything and taking the extra measures is probably going to delay us getting into the parks for a while.
Somebody mentioned HHN 30. I'm not going to give anything away. But through very good sources, it is still happening.
Yeah, they just put out a call for scare actors and still performers and things like that. So it's happening.
We have seen the list of the houses that are going to be there. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to be put in that situation where people who've confided in us have said, oh, you know, this and that, and
We don't
they
do
don't trust us.
spoilers.
We do not do spoilers.
No.
But let me just tell you this.
I think it's going to be fun.
There are some things that are going to be at HHN 30 that have got us completely
Excited.
insanely excited.
Yeah.
And
Well, thank you. Get them.
I'm hoping to God,
Good night, Mark.
to God, that Universal Studios stands by us being on the media team for them, at least for Halloween Horror Nights, because we're really excited for it, and we want to be able to go inside the houses with our cameras to show
That
you
would
what
be
there is.
great. Yeah.
It looks amazing. So bear with that. Thank you guys for hanging out with us for another Saturday night.
Awesome.
I know you guys are getting ready to head out. For all of you who've tuned in to watch, thank you. Next week, we already got it planned. Jessica, you know the movie? No, don't say it, but you know it.
I forgot.
Oogie and Mrs. Peregrine are the clues.
Yeah.
Oogie and Mrs. Peregrine. For all of you guys who have donated, and through PayPal or Patreon or Super Chat, you guys truly are amazing. Thank you for going the extra mile. Everything that you guys put towards the Grim Life Collective goes to the Grim Life Collective.
It really does. It you know, I love the fact that you guys acknowledge how much work goes into doing what we do. Even when it seems like it's something simple, a lot of time goes into it, and a lot of money does go into it. We're constantly upping our equipment. Equipment goes out, and we have to buy a new one. You know, mileage.
She is getting a little slap happy.
I'm a little slap happy. I am. I'm tired. But you know, everything goes back into it, and
Victor.
It's awesome to talk about the time that goes into it, and not, you know, a lot of people are so very dismissive of it, you know, and that's just it's nice to be validated, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So thank you.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you, everybody, truly from the bottom of our hearts. Till next week. Oh, and let me say this again. Next week we're going to be going live. Next Saturday we got the movie picked out. But tomorrow night at 7 p.m. is a new Grim Life Collective video. Tune in for it. It's coming. TTFN. To all of you. TTFN. Good night. We love you.